powered by Encel. There is excitement all over the air, and what a day we have in store. Let's look at the all-important pitch for today. We are on pitch number 4, which is the center square, so we've got equidistant boundaries. Let's take a closer look on this. It's hard, it's nice. There's 2 mm of grass well rolled in. The ball should come onto the bat. Remember, we are at an altitude of 1,480 meters above sea level. The ball is going to travel. Traditionally, this is a high-scoring venue with the highest score. For the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League.
Himsta for a complete home.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Sricha Pradhan.
नमस्कार, म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI श्रिचा प्रधान। मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ
साथको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जित्ती
Stadium. We're all home team. Virat Nagar King. Sandeep, give that coin a flip. Heads is the call. Heads it is. Anil, you win the toss. What have you decided and why?
We're gonna ball first because the wicket looks fresh and we don't know how he's gonna play. So we wanted to see that in first inning what is going to the score and we'll chase it.
Right, now that you're bowling first, what's the kind of total you want to chase batting second?
Around 160 will be good score, I guess. So we are looking to restrict them under 160.
Right, take us through your side, the combination, and what can we expect this season, the inaugural edition of the Nepal Premier League?
We are a good balanced team. And the foreigners are also arrived and we are looking balanced and our domestic players are also good, so we are looking in good shape and we had some practice games also and we practice as a team, so we are looking good.
A word on this platform, this occasion, this opportunity and the crowd.
You know the crowd already, right? So
they love the cricket here.
Yes, they love the cricket, they love us, so we're gonna do our best and we will expect the support from them.
About 20 overs, you go there and express yourself.
Now that you're batting first, you had a look at the surface. What's the kind of score you'll be looking at?
Definitely, we would love to score somewhere around like 180 to 190. TU has always been a good place to bat on for the batters, and that would definitely a good score to defend.
What can the fans expect from the Virat Nagar Kings this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their love and their passion towards this game has been absolutely amazing, and we are definitely. We are very grateful to them, every time they come here and support their respective teams, and definitely we would give them a lot of smiles today and in the tournament going on.
Right, good luck Sandeep, all the very best. Big outing, big occasion, make it count.
Thank you so much.
Right, so the news from the centre is that Janakpur Bowls have won the toss in game 1 and they have decided to bowl first.
Himsta for a complete home.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Switcha Pradhan.
नमस्कार, म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI स्वेच्छा प्रधान। मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ दिने DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ। Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI, happier home. छुट्टै छ है।
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
कसरी हेर बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ। भयो नि हाले इजी।
अरे यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश। यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै हरेक खेल हेरिन्छ साथी होस् या एक्लै।
डिश होम, खुसीको कनेक्सन।
Himsta for a complete home.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Sricha Pradhan.
नमस्कार, म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI श्रिचा प्रधान। मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ दिने DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ। Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI, happier home. छुट्टै छ है।
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
कसरी हेर बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ। भयो नि हाले इजी।
अरे यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश। यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै हरेक खेल हेरिन्छ साथी होस् या एक्लै।
डिश होम, खुसीको कनेक्सन।
Himsta for a complete home.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Sricha Pradhan.
नमस्कार, म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI श्रिचा प्रधान। मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ दिने DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ। Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI, happier home. छुट्टै छ है।
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Well, the wait is over. The anticipation in and around the country of Nepal, and particularly here in the Kathmandu Valley, has been nothing short of exceptional. And we're at this wonderful and historic Tribhuvan University International Cricket Ground for day number 1 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell. It's a sold-out Super Saturday. Tickets could not be found for love nor money across Kathmandu. And I've never quite seen anticipation like it in all my time here in Nepal. And everybody is piling in through the gates. We've got a very full crowd. Talk is about 17,000, that's the capacity here. And they were pouring up the hill this morning. 8 teams spreading the breadth of the country from west to east. And we start with the battle of the sides from the east. There's the 8 teams, the Bratnagar Kings, the Chitwan Rhinos, the Janakpur Bolts. We'll see them in action today. The Karnali Yaks has to be the best named side in franchise cricket. The Kathmandu Gurkhas representing the capital city. And then the Lumbini Lions, the Pokhara Avengers, and of course, one of the real fan favourites, the Sudar Prashim Royals. And this is what they're playing for. Now, famously, Mount Everest is 8,848 metres. This trophy has been designed at 8,848 millimetres with a little rock of the Himalayas right on the top of it. An iconic trophy for this iconic tournament. There's the 8 captains. One big late piece of news. We thought the marquee player Asif Sheikh would captain Janakpur, but in fact they've gone with Anil Kumar Shah, his experience back into the international side. All 8 of these players, a lot of international experience, none more so than a couple of the folk heroes there, Karan Casey and Sampal Kami, fittingly next to each other in the middle, and of course the hometown hero here, Sandeep Lamachani. He is loved across Kathmandu. We've got 32 games that will decide the inaugural champions of this Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell, and it's an 8-team round robin, so 28 group games that will be followed by 4 playoff matches, and they will be played from the 18th of December on, all the way building up to that grand final, where we will have a packed house, no doubt about it, on the 21st of December. Really is a special venue, this. You can see plenty of fans who haven't been able to get tickets. They're just enjoying the atmosphere in and around. And the job that the Cricket Association of Nepal have done here, building a grandstand for the first time, and lots of colour and festivity. This is cricket in Nepal. This is what it's all about. This was a little while earlier. The opening ceremony, we saw the under-19s team, the women's side, greeted around the ground, and then the victory song sung, joined in by plenty of the fans as well, and then plenty of the VIPs on show. Paris Khadka, the Cricket Association of Nepal secretary, joining plenty of the dignitaries there. There was VIPs throughout the venue. We saw, of course, Jeet as well, the snow leopard that was announced as the official tournament mascot yesterday. And then the man who caused quite a stir last night, landing into Kathmandu for the first time. That's Shikhar Dhawan there, pictured with Lokesh Sharma, who's the managing director of TCM Sports, who of course are the commercial and strategic partners for this MPL. But the fans gave him a massive roar, to say the least. Shikhar is in town and he's going to love every second of being here for the Festival of the Himalayas. Well, this ground has never looked better, I can assure you of that, and the pitches tend to play very well. What is the pitch going to do for this opening match of the tournament? Let's get out to Sridhar and take a look at that.
We are here at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium in Kirtipur for the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League powered by Ncell. There is excitement all over the air, and what a day we have in store. Let's look at the all-important pitch for today. We're on pitch number 4, which is the center square. So we've got equidistant boundaries. Let's take a closer look on this. It's hard, it's nice. There's 2 mm of grass well rolled in. The ball should come onto the bat. Remember, we are at an altitude of 1,480 meters above sea level. The ball is going to travel. Traditionally, this is a high-scoring venue with a highest score of 247 scored by Netherlands against Namibia. All in all, batsmen will be licking their lips, and we've got another very high-scoring contest in the offing. Let the better team come on top.
Yeah, he's spot on the money. Tends to be a high-scoring surface here, always. Now, what they have done is they've expanded the boundary distances a little bit, done a really good job at upgrading this TU International cricket ground. So we're looking at boundary lengths in every direction of over 60 metres, even though we're up here at altitude over 1,400 metres. So a little while earlier, we had Mikael Vaswamy out for the big moment, the toss of the first ever game of this MPL. Let's go and find out what happened.
Namaste Nepal, Tapai Kasto Hunahuncho. Incredible day, historic day here at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. We are all set for the toss in the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League powered by Ncell. I have the star cast to my left, captain of Biratnagar Kings Sandeep Lamichhane, captain of Janakpur Bowls Anil Kumar Shah, and to adjudicate the flip of the coin, a match referee Mohammad Shafiq. Home team Biratnagar Kings Sandeep, give that coin a flip.
Heads.
Heads. Heads is the call.
It is heads.
Heads it is. Anil, you win the toss. What have you decided and why?
We're going to bowl first because the wicket looks fresh and we don't know how he's going to play. So we wanted to see that in first inning what is going to the score and we'll chase it.
Right, now that you're bowling first, what's the kind of total you want to chase batting second?
Around 160 will be good score, I guess. So we are looking to restrict them under 160.
Right, take us through your side, the combination, and what can we expect this season, the inaugural edition of the Nepal Premier League?
We are a good balanced team. And the foreigners are also arrived and we are looking balanced, and our domestic players are also good, so we are looking in good shape, and we had some practice games also, and we practice as a team, so we are looking good.
A word on this platform, this occasion, this opportunity, and the crowd.
You know the crowd already, right? So
they love the cricket here.
Yes, they love the cricket, they love us, so we're gonna do our best and we will expect the support from them.
Right, good luck, all the very best in this first game, Anil.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sandeep, happy to bat first in game 1, day 1, season 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being a professional cricketer, it doesn't really matter if you're batting or bowling first. It's just about 20 overs. You go there and express yourself.
Now that you're batting first, you had a look at the surface. What's the kind of score you'll be looking at?
Definitely. We would love to, score somewhere around like 180 to 190. TU has always been a good place to bat on for the batters, and that would definitely a good score to defend.
What can the fans expect from the Biratnagar Kings this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their love and their passion towards this game, it's been absolutely amazing. And we are definitely, we are very grateful to them, every time they come here and support their respective teams. And definitely we would give them a lot of smiles today and in the tournament going on.
Right. Good luck, Sandeep. All the very best. Big outing, big occasion. Make it count.
Thank you so much.
Right. So the news from the center is that Janakpur Bowls have won the toss in game 1 and they have decided to bowl first.
So that was the news from the middle. The anticipation, well, to say it's reaching fever pitch would be an understatement. Massive roar rings out across this amphitheatre. It's a real cricketing coliseum here in Kirtipur. We're just about 15 minutes outside of the city centre of beautiful Kathmandu, not far away also from Lalitpur, the twin cities here. And there is literally not a spot in the world. And you can see the fans have got the signs out. It is a special day for cricket here in Nepal. There has been a huge amount of work done to get us to this starting point. 8 teams representing the length and breadth of the country will be playing out to become the inaugural champions of this Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell. Big tradition here in Nepal, of course, is the national anthem. And as the tournament anthem rings out, we will pause now for the national anthem.
शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल अखण्ड यो प्यारो हाम्रो मातृभूमि नेपाल बहु जाति भाषा धर्म संस्कृति छन् विशाल अग्रगामी राष्ट्र हाम्रो जय जय नेपाल।
Well, have a listen to that. If that doesn't get your goosebumps going, I don't know what will. The national anthem of Nepal, sung out by every single member of this capacity crowd on the opening day. Let's get a look at the 2 starting 11s. Now, each side is entitled to play 4 overseas players, and both have gone with all 4. I'm delighted to introduce and welcome HD Ackerman alongside me. HD, firstly, a warm welcome, namaste, to Nepal. Great to have you with me. What do you make of the 2 11s?
Yeah, Andrew, good afternoon, and it really is an absolute honour to be here. When you've spoken many times to me when we've done broadcasts around the world about the cricketing, the love of cricket here in Nepal, but you really have to see it to believe it. 2 very strong sides. You've mentioned those 4 overseas players for the Janakpur Bolts. You've got Mohammed Mohsin, who's from the United States, Ben Mike, who plays for Leicestershire in England, Harsh Thacker from Canada, and then Lahiru Malanta, also from the United States, born in Peshawar, I think it is. And for the Bharatnagar Kings, Nicholas Curtin from Canada, left-hander, very stylish player. Akib Ilyas from Oman. Local man Sandeep Lamachani, we look forward to watching him bowl. Chris Soul from Scotland, rumoured to bowl it at over 140, can touch 150, so that'll be interesting to see. And then right at the top of the order, Martin Guptill from the Kings, who is a very powerful striker. There is no boundary in the world big enough to keep him quiet when on song.
Yeah, and he's kind of one of the 2 real star attractions, isn't he? You think of Shikhar Dhawan headlining the national news last night, but also Martin Guptill, not long retired from international cricket, but still in absolutely immaculate form and shape. And also 2 really high-profile head coaches. Kevin O'Brien with his first ever head coach's gig in any franchise cricket. He is the head coach of the Bharatnagar Kings, captained by Sandeep Lamachani, and then someone who was much loved here in Nepal, HD, that's Paburi Dasanayake, the former national team head coach, took them to their first ever World Cup, the T20 World Cup back in 2014. Also had a second stint just after COVID too, and then went on to coach Canada. Was actually involved with Oman recently in the Cricket World Cup League 2 series, and this will come as no surprise to you in particular, HD. Look who's striding out to the middle to open the batting. The fans want to see what Martin Guptill can do.
38 years young, Martin Guptill, the New Zealander, has played in all the leagues around the world, the biggest of the biggest, the Indian Premier League obviously, and here he is in Nepal. A strike rate of 130, a best of 120 not out. That's in the domestic cricket over in New Zealand against Auckland. Let's hope that he finds some form for those thousands that have turned out to watch this opening game.
Yeah, he'll open the batting alongside one of the hometown stars, Lokesh Bam. Century here against the Ireland Wolves for Nepal at this very ground. He's a really talented youngster, and he's somebody who I think many think here in Nepal should be in and around the international side. HD, you know my affiliation with Nepal. I have never seen excitement like this. Maybe just March 16th of last year when 35,000 were here to see Nepal beat the UAE in the most dramatic of circumstances. The build-up is over. The time is now, but not yet, HD, not yet. We'll have to wait a moment longer.
Yeah, I must admit, I did touch on it earlier that you've spoken about Nepal glowingly over the years that I've worked with you, and I've always thought, oh, come on, Andrew, turn it up. But it is real. It is very, very real. And the crowd, the atmosphere here has been immense. Second time lucky, here we go.
Kishore Mahano with the new ball in hand. Here we go. And a swing and a miss. Let's talk about Lokesh Bam, HD. Many will be so pleased to see this young man back in Nepal. He's actually spent some time out of the country, like so many, with their connections, Nepalese connections that is, down in Australia. So he's been playing some great cricket down there. Many were worried they might have lost Kishore Mahano to the game here. He's back. And if he goes well in this MPL, I think we're going to see him back in and around the national side. Now, that comes off the top edge. The first runs of the tournament are very nearly going to be a maximum. It'll be one bounce and 4. Not where he intended it, but we are up and underway with the first boundary. That is a Super 4, powered by Ncell 4G.
They're not small boundaries here. All of about 64 meters all the way around the ground, but it's the altitude that we're at, which means that the ball just flies forever. So a little bit surprising that just actually didn't go all the way. Just one bounce and then into the boundary fence.
Good shape away. No shortage of pace either. Talented Kishore Mahano. Thought he was impressive in that qualifier down in Zimbabwe last year, and just a warning for coming straight down the track. Done an amazing job at this ground, HD. I know it's your first sight of it, but this is the best it's ever looked. They've also done extensive renovations, extended those boundaries by about 4 to 5 meters, put the retaining fence back. But the charm of this ground, you spoke about the passion here, it is quite something. That will be a wide outside the off stump. One of the great things about competitions like this is the inaugural edition, but opportunities for hometown officials as well. There's plenty of experience internationally. Got Durganatsu Bedi there. He is standing and he's joined by his colleague at square leg. That's Vinay Kumar Jha. Beautifully bowled, shape on offer. And there he is, HD, Vinay Kumar Jha. It's a great thing, isn't it, to have the hometown umpires get their chance to shine too.
I hope they're not listening, but they're under a little bit of pressure here because they don't have the added advantage that some of the big international umpires have in some of these other tournaments where they can go to DRS. DRS is not available, so their decisions will be the ones that matter.
Get into the leg side. It'll just be a single despite the roars of the crowd. Our third umpire, BJ Shinwari as well. And there, well, is a fever pitch coming. And the reason for that, just in case you're wondering, HD, Martin Guptill will come on to strike now.
I'm glad you're giving Martin Guptill the credit. I mean, I just think that those in attendance are just cheering every single run as if it's a massive event. I mean, if you just walk into this ground and you've never been here before, you would have thought that that previous delivery went out the ground. But it is Guptill. And there is a little bit of swing that he's got to contend with.
And an anticlimactic oh from the crowd. End of the first. 6 for none.
Himstar for a complete home.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Big moment for cricket in Nepal.
Not only for the country and for Nepal, but the players themselves. You know, a lot of these players not globally recognized, but they will be once this tournament is complete. And so added incentive to produce the goods for your side. Who knows, you get snapped up to play in another league here, another league there, and you become a household name and your life changes forever.
One of the stars of the national side, Lalit Rajbanshi, will open the bowling from the pavilion end of the ground. And immediately he strikes. It's the first wicket, and it goes to Lalit Rajbanshi, his trademark celebration. 2 fingers pointed to the sky, and she says, that's out.
Well, in this day and age, no player likes to have a look first. But he might have been better served to just have a little look, because the surface is a little bit on the slowish side. It's dry, and it just holds ever so slightly. He's through the stroke. And Rajbanshi has the first one. So it is Bam, Lokesh Bam, who goes for 5. It's 6 for 1.
Well, that's the way to start your Nepal Premier League campaign if you're Lalit Rajbanshi. A wicket from his very first delivery bowled in it, and it's the first wicket of the tournament. It will bring the captain of Oman to the crease, Aki Bilyas, a fine all-rounder. Many will think of his batting, particularly in the ODI format, but his bowling is something to watch here, HD. Liam Livingston-esque off-spin and leg spin. He also does something really I've only ever seen Chris Gayle do. That's not hit the ball like Chris Gayle, HD. That's wear sunglasses when he's batting. It is bright, it is glary. He's a unique character, but he's very talented, Aki Bilyas.
Just sliding down the leg side. I saw Richie Richardson do it many, many years ago, but he went one better than everyone, is that he went in with sunglasses and a floppy hat. It's not a bad shout.
He also plays a unique shot, HD. I'm not sure if you've seen this one. He plays the wrong foot sweep shot. So he will put his right foot, his back foot, in front of his left foot, get out in front of it, and then kind of sweep it behind square. Very interesting approach and method. He'll get a quick single to get off the mark. Despite the direct hit, I think he's safely home. Just
going back to those sunglasses, I was standing out there earlier on before before the players made their way onto the field, and there is quite a heavy glare out there with the game starting around midday. Safely home. So I can understand why Elias decides to wear those sunglasses. None for Guptill.
He's very active on social media as well, HD. Loves a post or two to Zakib. Side edge saves Guptill. Now, one thing that cricket in Nepal is known for, not just its passion, HD, its quality of spin bowling, and particularly its left-arm spinners. I've described them as an army of left-arm spinners here in Nepal. And if you're the #1 left-arm spinner in the country, like Lalit Rajbanshi, you need to be very good. And he is excellent. He challenges the inside edge with a lack of spin, but he's incredibly accurate. He's caused all sorts of problems in his first over, including the first wicket. The Kings, 7 for 1.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Daniel Sa, who is captaining instead of Asif Sheikh. The biggest and best names in cricket in Nepal, all absolute regulars in the national team. They're the 8 skippers. This one's steered away behind point. It'll just be a single.
Well, I haven't seen a lot of the local players. I was fortunate enough to do some work at the Asian Games in Hangzhou a couple of years ago, where the captain of the Royals, Dipendra Singh Ari, managed to get a half-century of just 9 deliveries when Nepal owned that world record of the most runs in a T20 international. I don't think it belongs to them anymore. It's a big call, but I think it might have disappeared a few weeks ago.
Well, HD, you know my badgery for cricket. You're always on the money. I'd let you know if not. Zimbabwe it was that broke it against Gambia. That was in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualifier, sub-regional B. Gambia ranked in the 90s in the world, taking on the full member. They were hammered around the ground for 344 by Zimbabwe in that game, breaking the 314 that Mongolia posted. You're right about Dipendra Singh Ari's record, though. It'll never be broken. It's impossible. It's 9 balls, 50 runs. And the hometown DJ just playing that victory song that is always sung after every single game that Nepal win. I think he maybe anticipated the fielding change. Hopefully he'll allow play to continue. One of the things, HD, I think that they've done so well here for this inaugural NPL, they've spread the teams right across the country. So this is a kind of derby of the 2 easternmost sides, if you will. Both Biratnagar and Janakpur right down on the border. And something that they've done in the build-up to this tournament, all of the teams have gone back to where they're from originally. So the Biratnagar Kings, for example, they've had a series of talent identification camps across Janakpur, across the Koshi province. The same for the Janakpur Bolts. And you can see all the way from east to west, out towards the far west, Sudar Pashim have done a great job at identifying where the hotbeds of cricket are and then putting those teams in place. Just have a break in play here, HD. I'm not altogether too sure why, but it's a gorgeous country, isn't it? What are your first impressions of it?
Well, I was devastated that my flight was delayed out of Singapore, so I actually only landed here in Kathmandu in darkness. And I was really hoping to get a bird's eye view, but I'll have a look when I'm on the way out, but that isn't a long time. That is at the conclusion of this event. But so far, I mean, very welcoming. The people have been amazing.
They're the friendliest people you'll meet in your entire life. And their love for cricket as Ilyas slips, but it won't cost him the single. Well, it's unrivaled. dominates the national agenda. Nothing unites this country like the Forest Tune, the men's and women's national teams. They've done better than they've ever done. You saw, I know your heritage as an ex-South African player, you saw how close they pushed South Africa in that World Cup. They're not the finished article yet at the international level, but the potential very much there in a big way.
That's just what they've become renowned for, is they've caused upsets in virtually every sort of global competition that they've played in. I mean, I came across Nepal as a cricketing nation many years ago when I opened up a newspaper in South Africa, and Nepal had beaten the South African under-19 team in an under-19 World Cup. And since then, sort of had a look at results going forward, but they've produced some world-class players already.
The other thing they're known for, HD, is drama. Now, their national team is nicknamed the Cardiac Kids. The reason why the blood pressure monitors go through the roof when the national team is playing. Anything can happen. And certainly, think of the national team, you think of the drama that they bring. I think we're going to see the same in the MPL. I think it's going to be the exact same. And this man, I have been badgering you for years, haven't I, about how great Nepal is. I'm so glad you're here to experience it in person.
A few days ago I would have said you're under pressure, but having spent a few hours here, you're not under any pressure anymore.
And for those who don't know HD, former test player for South Africa, former captain of Leicester County Cricket Club, broadcasts all around the world. We were also on call together, weren't we, for that under-19 World Cup when Nepal beat Afghanistan. You talk about drama. That was drama there. Dev Canal, oh, we went through the ringer that day, the roller coaster of emotions. Guptill will keep the strike. It's been a cautious start for him. 11 for 1.
Himsta for a complete home.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
That's a potential order, not necessarily a set order. Macy, Bambi Magger at number 4. Nicholas Curtin is someone for me who could have a big tournament. He's a fine player, and left-handers are going to be key in this competition with the abundance of left-arm spin that will be bowled. Guptill certainly taking some time to acclimatise here.
Well, it's his first trip to Nepal as well, Martin Guptill, so he'll just want to have a little feel of how the surface plays. Yeah, that game you were talking about that we were on air together, Nepal won in that tight finish. You presented me with a ducker topi that day, and I still have it, and I'm apologizing for not bringing it with me, but there's a very good reason why. Is I'm in the process of building a new home in Perth, Australia, and so 90% of my stuff, if you would call it that, has gone into storage, and the topi has gone in there as well until I can move into my new home, and then it will emerge again.
There is that wrong foot sweep shot I was talking about. Very unique. Naki Villias owns that stroke. H, all I'm hearing is excuses. Excuses as to why you didn't bring it. The good news, though, I just can't believe you haven't been given one yet. You usually get greeted by someone at the airport putting a scarf around your neck and the topi on your head. I'll find you one in the coming days.
Hit him outside the line of off stump.
Guptill goes down the ground, not exactly where he intended. Kind of skews off a bit of an inside edge, really. Just be a single. I think one of the things I'm so excited about for this competition, there's a lot of associate talent here, but also maybe an introduction for the likes of Martin Guptill, who has played, like you said, in every league around the world, as to how good associate cricket is, how good cricket in Nepal is. These full member stars, HD, I don't think they're going to have it all their own way throughout this MPL.
No, they very seldom do when they go to the various leagues that they go and play it, when they come across different surfaces, different types of bowlers. Not an easy man to hit over mid-off, Rajbanshi. Not at the moment, because the ball's just sort of gliding on to middle and leg rather than holding and turning.
That's much more like it, and that gets the biggest roar of the day thus far. One bounce for, and Guptill almost a punch of gloves in relief. 4 ball, 19 for 1.
DHI happier home. Today sa hai.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Don't they? Clipped into the leg side. And it's about 64 metres out there, and Ilyas will canter back for a couple.
I said that Rajbanshi was difficult to hit over long off. This is the area that Guptill will be looking to go over long on, because he's not turning it away from the right-hander, just drifting it into the right-hander, so almost hitting it with the swing rather than with the spin.
Yeah, medium pace, maybe a little more than that. Historically here, HD, at this venue, that tends to be what can go the distance. You've got express pace, you can go right. You'll need to have all your tricks of the trade. It's the first time that we've seen high-level cricket played at the extended facility, so the boundaries are bigger. We heard the captains talk about 160 to 190. That's quite a broad range, isn't it? We have seen 200 gone past here of plenty. Jan Nicol Lofty-Eaton of Namibia scored the fastest T20I ton. When you get in and you get set, you can really cash in here with that altitude. About 1,450 metres, although you were at pains to tell me it's not as high as Johannesburg.
It actually shocked me. It actually shocked me, and I think it's because I just associate Nepal with Mount Everest, so you just think it's in the clouds. But no, not quite as high as Johannesburg. High enough.
City that loves its dance and its music. That is beautifully bowled, beats the outside edge, just a little bit of shape. Hasn't quite been the run fest we necessarily expected, but I suspect the ground staff have maybe left a little bit of grass on there just to keep these pitches together.
Late swing as well. Does it traditionally get easier to score or tougher to score here?
Always easier. So you'll see captains tend to want to win and bowl first, know what they're chasing down. Particularly if you look at the tournament going forward, we'll have double headers. Good tumbling stop at mid-off, keeps it to just a single. I think the toss in the morning game will be very big, but I even think come the afternoon matches through those double headers, we'll tend to see captains want to bowl first.
Yeah, more when the ball gets older. That's when. Does it get tougher to score when the ball gets older, or is it easier to score?
It's a kind of funny place. It's somewhere where if you get in, you cash in. So I don't think the hardness of the ball will adjust too much, particularly in T20. Maybe in ODIs sometimes it can get a little trickier, but tends to be nicely played. Not where he intended, wanted to get it over his left shoulder. It goes over his right. 4 more, 5 have been bowled, 27 for 1.
As it continues, Lalit Rajvanshi has been brilliant this morning. A wicket of his very first delivery has bowled a very tidy line and length. What an occasion here for Nepal cricket and their fans. What a moment. What a time to be as well in this part of the world. Electric, incredible atmosphere. Yeah, the surface certainly gripping a bit, but he gets some pace on it and finds the gap as well. Guptill has been quiet, but he's decided to break the shackles. Just the right time to say hello and good afternoon to Sridhar and Sriram as well.
Hello, Mikhail. What a scene we're witnessing. This is history in the making for Nepal. Inaugural Nepal Premier League. Yeah, it was short. Guptill got the hang of the pace of the wicket and put it away beautifully. He's taken his time, Martin Guptill. 13 or 15. He's looking dangerous.
He's chipped this one in the air, and that goes just over mid-on. He gets some fingers on it in hand and drops the pace, not really, and that trickles away as well. Signs of aggression here, and 4 signalled as well. Back-to-back boundaries here for Biratnagar Kings.
Yeah, back-to-back boundaries for Guptill as well. Goes to 17 of 16. This is the last over of the power play. He'd want to take full toll of it. It's never easy bowling 3 overs on the trot for Lalit Rajvanshi, but he's doing a good job. Just chipped. Almost he would have had his heart in his mouth. Just was able to clear mid-on and trickled away into the boundary. Welcome boundary again for Biratnagar Kings. 35. Can they get up to the 40 mark at the end of power play?
Yeah, he's come out with some intent. Guptill has been quiet. That was a very good 4 as well. The Super 4 is powered by Encel. We'll see a lot many in the coming days and the big hits as well. There again. Looks to go big. In the gap. And they'll come back for the second. This is turning out to be the best and the most productive over here for the Biratnagar Kings.
The mid-off had come in, the long on had dropped back after that boundary. Rajvanshi not getting a lot of turn, it's more of the angle. The lack of timing saved Guptill. Last ball of the power play. 37 for 1, the Kings.
That's firmly struck once again. They'll steal a single towards mid-off. Shy at the stumps at the bowler's end. Good bit of work in the field. End of the power play as well. It's been even Stevens. After 6, it's 38 for 1.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
In this part of the world, as we see a change in bowling, it's going to be Mohammad Mohsin. Some right arm off break. 2 right-handed batters. This will be a very good contest. Looks to go big there again, in the gap, and that'll go for a 4. Just playing and going with the turn, and that fetches a boundary as well. Guptill is teeing off in fine style.
He's got through the power play. He's got his eye in as well. Martin Guptill is looking to open out here. Actually bowled leg spin, Mohammad Mohsin. It said off spin, but this was a leg spinner first up from him. Born in Peshawar. Another leggy. Plays his trade in the USA. Played for Texas Super Kings. It's a great another opportunity for Mohammad Mohsin.
Yeah, they'll have to be a little careful here, Janakpur bowls. They've begun well, got a wicket in the second over. After that, this partnership now is just about growing. Got 37 runs and 31 deliveries. Down the leg side, half-hearted appeal, rather muted one.
It's been a tough wicket to start on. Got some swing early. Lokesh Bams went one too many and found himself bowled very first ball. Martin Guptill continuing on his merry way. 26 of 22 now. Rajbanshi, good to start off. But a few boundaries towards the end of the power play got them to 38. Most notable being Martin Guptill. A bit of turn. Darren Offie.
Yeah, you were at the surface, Sriram, some time back. You're seeing some turn early on as well. You reckon it's going to get better for the spinners as this game progresses? Look at that. That turned a bit, got some bounce too.
Well bowled from Mohammad Mohsin. I agree. It was a little bit sticky. So maybe a bit of dampness early on. Will get some spin. 46 for 1.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल बैंकिङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस्। सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई। तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल, असली नै रोजौं।
Look at that, crowd still turning out in large numbers, waiting for their turn to get in. And the atmosphere and the vibe is electric and incredible as well. This is the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2024, powered by Ncell. And watch out for this man, Tulmagar, comes with a bit of mystery. And he's the left-arm leg spinner. Very fine, talented bowler, and a lot of his action resembles Kuldeep Yadav's as well. That's why it'll be interesting to see how he turns up against two very fine batters who are in very fine nick.
Interesting. Tulmagar played for the Lumbini province under 19s. So what an opportunity to bowl to somebody like a Martin Guptill, who's not on strike now, but it's Ilyas. But I'm very eagerly looking forward.
Yeah, quickly getting into position there. Never easy for a youngster, Sri, to get going against two accomplished batters.
A great test of his character. Can he get through this? Tulmagar, 18 years of age.
That one kept a little low.
Really a bit of Kuldeep Yadav. The way he starts off. You know, watched him a lot on TV.
A shot and wide, protection in the deep. Nicely fielded. We'll keep it to 1. Interesting action, Sri, Tulmagar.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And this is something Kuldeep used to do earlier as well. Very similar, slightly angular run-up. One thing he can definitely work on is that front arm not dropping off early. That's something Kuldeep used to do as well, and that's something he's done really well of late. Get more pace on the ball, get more revs if he does that. A terrific start for Tulmagar here.
It's been a wonderful setup as well, and the manner in which the teams have come together, having a local iconic player, a marquee player, giving the youngsters, many under 19s and young guns of Nepal cricket been given a go. What an occasion, an outing on a platform. Much better this time, finding his radar.
A bit of spin as well. He's got two inside the circle on the leg side. Just got a backward point. He's got no short third man or a point. It opens up the reverse sweep. Will Guptill go for it? Last ball of the 8th over. Good over so far from Tul.
This one's played towards covers. Has plenty of bat on it to race away for a 4. The 50 comes up as well for Biratnagar Kings, courtesy that boundary. And this is a good start as well. After over number 8, it's 53 for 1.
DHI Happier Home. Today sa hai. Pond Super Light Gel. With hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
डिस्कोमा खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै
Yeah, spin from both ends. Nelson conceded 7 in his first. So important to just find that length early on, Sri.
Yeah, wrist spin from both ends, which is very interesting.
This could be close. The finger goes up. Mawson strikes. Ilyas has to depart. And this is the big break as well. That was straight. And that was hitting middle.
Something had to give for Ilyas. 18 balls for just 15. He had to make a move. And he tried the conventional sweep. He usually sweeps with the wrong foot. But this time it was quite conventional. The umpire had the conviction to give him out. And Ilyas's innings comes to an end. Didn't seem very happy with the decision though. But he's got to go. 15 of 18. It's 53 for 2 after 8.2.
At the stroke of 50, Biratnagar Kings losing Aqib Ilyas. Mawson striking in his second over. Good contest here between bat and ball. Each time, the Kings have looked to unleash a barrage of hits. The wickets have come by. Nicholas Curtin. This man can certainly pack a punch in the middle. A strike rate of 120, 250s for him. Captain of Canada, best of 69 versus Netherlands. He'll have a job to do in the middle. And he's off the mark with a single towards mid-wicket.
Yeah, because of this, Ilyas had to make a move. Consuming balls, we're not getting the boundaries. Went for that hard sweep. It looked like an inside edge to me, Mikhail. Probably considered himself a bit unlucky, but the umpire had no doubts in his mind.
Yeah, Durganath Subedi, the umpire there. No hesitation whatsoever in raising that index finger.
A good variety of deliveries here. Mohammad Mohsin is bowled the wrong and he's bowled the one comes out of the front of the hand. That was this delivery, the previous one. Was kicked on.
Bowling, boy, bowling.
Him reminds me of Nicholas Puran. Can he do a Nicholas Puran here?
Too many namesakes and like-to-likes. Shri? Look at that for a delivery. Has eked out an edge. They believe there was something on the way to the slips. But Subedi says, let's move on with the game. This has been a very fine second over by Mawson. A wicket and 2 runs coming off it. 9 gone. 55 for 2.
DHI Happier Home. Today sa hai. Pond Super Light Gel. With hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Well, the Biratnagar Kings certainly had a good passage of play between 4 to 8, 4 to 9 as well. losing their way in the last over, losing Akib Ilyas. That partnership came in very handy as well between Akib Ilyas and Martin Guptill. Day one, match one. What a spectacle, what a carnival we are in store. Another bowling change, sixth bowling option used. Harsh Thakur. Look at that for economy, 6.16 in T20s and a best of 4 for 20. 29 wickets to his kitty.
As soon as the left-hander comes into the crease, the off-spinner comes in. He's from Canada as well. He would have bowled Nicholas Kitton before. They must know each other pretty well. Harsh Thakur.
Now you sense Viratnagar Kings are a little tentative and very unlike Guptill innings over here, out of his character. Shri, your thoughts?
Projected score, can they get to 150 from here? That'll depend a lot on Guptill playing shots like that. Yeah, it was short and it took full toll, Martin Guptill. Yeah, the off-spinner is a good matchup for him. Can he take him on? I think if the Kings are to get to 150, Guptill's got to play a big knock. He's well set, 30 balls he's played. Yeah, it was short, perfectly hit in the gap. He had the time, but very, very well executed. Super Force powered by Encel 4G.
That's got the leading edge as well. That'll run away towards the third man boundary. Work to do for the fielder. Gives up the chase. 2 boundaries in a row. And Viratnagar Kings won't be complaining over here. That's another Super 4 powered by Encel 4G.
Back-to-back boundaries for Guptill. He's taking on his matchup. This time was very clever. He allowed the ball to come. Just sort of allowed it to run off the face. There was no shot third man, remember. There was a shot mid-wicket to save the single.
He's picking his spots at the moment. And this is turning out to be another very good over. 9 runs so far in the first 5 deliveries of Thakur's first. And Guptill's into his 40s as well.
Yeah, the off-spinner is important because of the left-hander at the crease. But now he's getting to bowl to Nicholas Kitton. But it's the last ball of his over. 9 of this over so far. Does he have a slip? I'd like to see him have a slip though. He doesn't. Can he finish the over off?
Goes for the reverse. Does not quite connect it. Very audacious from Curtin very early in his innings. Facing only his 4th delivery. Done with over number 10 at the halfway stage. Viratnagar Kings put into bat a 65 for 2.
DHI Happier Home. Today sa hai.
Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
फसेनी हेर बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ भयो नि हाले इजी
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Himstar for a complete home.
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Sign of things to come in this inaugural Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Encel. get a look at Martin Guptill's boundaries thus far. Still no sixes, remarkably, on this opening day. Plenty of fours, though, and every single four that is hit is going to power 4 education kits for school children, powered by the NSL Foundation. Now, that's the impact, the legacy that the MPL will leave. For the occasional moment of fortune as well, but with all his experience, he's relied upon that to drive a pretty good start for the Baratnagar Kings. I've got HD Ackerman alongside me again. HD, Kevin O'Brien, the head coach, will be satisfied but not overly pleased with the start.
What he will be pleased about is that Guptill's still at the wicket. He is the danger man. Half a shout. Interesting for me was that there was a couple of boundaries that Guptill hit on the offside. One was an outside edge, the other a square cut. But the other 5 were all sort of smears away on the leg side, which indicates that the surface is just a little on the slow side. And so, going back to your point about Kevin O'Brien, I think he'll look at this score and say, well, if we can get around 140, 150, that would be a very good total here. I think 160, 170 is a big ask. Unless, of course, Guptill gets going. Now Curtin finds the boundary.
That was a poor delivery, wasn't it, HD? That was a real drag down. Mohammed Mohsen got that major league cricket experience in the United States where he's had great success, but this, well, it was an old-fashioned long hop, really. I was saying to you off-air, HD, the 4 overseas players for Baratnagar in terms of run scoring going to be so critical, particularly if Lokesh Bam doesn't get a score. I rate Nicholas Curtin incredibly highly. He was outstanding at the T20 World Cup for Canada, and he's someone who I think could have a big tournament. Be interesting to see the projected scores there, HD, just at the bottom of your screen. To get to 160, they'd really have to go some, wouldn't they? About 10 and over from here. But if Guptill's still there in the 20th, probably get that.
One.
Good finish from Mohsen. He's bowled lots of dots. This time it'll be a couple into the leg side. Good running. Curtin is ever so quick. 11 overs in the books. 72 for 2.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
The partnerships thus far. 47 it was worth between Aqib Ilyas and Martin Guptill on your screens there, but now Curtin and Guptill are building something. This will be a fascinating battle, won't it? Canada to Canada, Harsh Thacker to Nicholas Curtin.
Another good cricketer, Thacker. Well, Curtin's just sort of reaching the prime years as a batter. He's 26 years of age. And I think that your prime years as a batter is around 27, 28, getting into those early 30s, and then start to slide ever so slightly. But he will just start to get an understanding of how to construct an innings in all the formats, how to put a chase together. So I agree with you, the potential's always been there, but it's almost as if just in recent times he's just started to find himself as a batter.
What that's been based around, HD, from chatting to him, he's completely revolutionised his diet, his fitness, his training structure. He's so fit and strong now. That one just skids on. Batters have been getting beaten on the inside edge continuously. You can see the athleticism. It's really professionalised. The GT20 has helped that. I know that's a competition you've been there for. Nepal, think about all the struggles they had. there at Cricket World Cup League 2 in King City in Toronto. They just couldn't get better and get past Canada despite how well they played.
Nutrition there and just the way you look after yourself, and Curtin is at the wicket with someone that depicts a great professional. Martin Guptill, 38 years old, the condition that he's in, I mean, he can keep going the level that he's playing at.
Protection out on the leg side means it will only be a single. Guptill will have the strike. Still one to come after that one.
That's it.
See there, the projected score is HD. Is 140 going to be enough? I suppose that's the question. Kevin O'Brien, the head coach, would like more than that, at least 150. Cleans him up. The battle of the Canadians. Harsh Thacker smiles and gives him a pat on the back. He gets the better of his national team captain as the bolts strike.
Well, this can be the issue when you're looking for too big a total. Is that Curtin has obviously decided he needs to get on with things, and that the total that the Kings are looking for is around that 160, 170 mark. And so Perish is in the cause. He's looking to go over mid-on. It's almost a wild swing, and Harsh Thacker does get the better of his countryman. Curtin goes for 9, 76 for 3.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Well, listen to this. Now, HD, I'm going to teach you about the Nepali music too. That one there, Man Mangan. It's one of the most popular songs going around. When that rings out across the TU, everyone gets involved. They have great music here, I promise you. Every cafe you walk into, down the little cobbled streets of Lalitpur, Kathmandu, there'll inevitably be somebody playing live music. That's generally very good. They transition between Nepali and English seamlessly. Down the ground, is this the moment? Oh, yes it is, the first maximum. We've had to wait. But Guptill starts in some style with the first Siddhartha Bank 6. And gets to 50 in that real style.
The superstar delivers. He knew when he hit it. As he hit it, he knew it was out the ground. Mike just over pitches, and it's just a flip of the wrists, really. No big flourish from Guptill. He's strong enough, he's good enough. He's underway.
Interesting move to get Ben Mike back in at this stage, just when the spinners looked as though they had a real stranglehold on the game. Should they just have bowled Mohammed Mohsin out? Let him bowl his 4 on the bounce.
Sometimes captains do that, don't they? They have a plan in mind before play, and they just end up running with that plan. But the beauty about the game of cricket is that it can unfold very differently to what your initial plan is. Bashir Ahmad, left-hander.
A really gritty cricketer. He's kind of nuggety, very much an out-and-out all-rounder. Won't hit big HD, but he'll work it for 1s and 2s. Can slog sweep the spinners as well. I think O'Brien, the head coach of the Kings, has probably got a bit of flexibility in this middle order. So with Curtin being the one dismissed, he's gone with another left-hander to replace him. His job for now will be to get Guptill onto strike. Had to get moving there. He's come into the crease because of this dismissal. Let's see what Curtin was trying to do, but another batter is beaten on the inside edge, HD.
There hasn't been a great deal of turn, maybe a lack of pace is what's doing these batters. But with Curtin and Guptill having both got themselves in, they were always going to take it on. If one gets out, well, that's fine. Then the other's got to just keep going.
Now, massive appeal, but is it just angling down? The signal will be interesting here, HD, because I don't think there's any bat involved, given his leg buys, possibly just sliding.
Mike from wide of the crease. It's tight. It's tight. Maybe just the angle that he's bowled that ball from has led the umpire to think it's just slipping down, but only just. Yeah, this fella's job is to get Guptill on strike, Bashir Ahmed. When he was on strike previously, there was 5 men inside that 30-yard circle in the hope to keep him on strike. They haven't been able to do it twice. He's got off strike both occasions.
Great experience here from Martin Guptill, HD. That was not Bashir Ahmed calling that single to get him off the mark. That was Guptill, as soon as the ball made contact with the bat, getting the head down. Really outstanding communication. He's been in and around the team for about 5 days now. According to Kevin O'Brien, who I had a chat with last night, he really has almost taken on a paternal role with the younger players, just 21 years of age. That single was all thanks to Martin Guptill. Oh dear, now it's going to be 5 freebies. You just wonder, will Durganatsu Betty have a look at Vinay Kumar Jha and say, almost, is it going to be a no ball as well? Might have got away with one. It won't be a free hit. It will be 5 free runs to the total, though. Leru Malanthe can't do anything about that.
Whenever Guptill's been on strike, Mike has looked to go full. He's had long on in place, long off in place, and he's tried to bowl Yorkers. He's got one right in the over, the others he hasn't. That's gone horribly wrong.
I think he might have got away with one there, HD. Very marginal on the no ball call. 13 bowled, 91 for 3.
Yeah.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Form now for the Biratnagar Kings. Martin Guptill, he's in, he's set, and he's striking up at over 130. Harsh Thacker to continue. Bashir Ahmed just does his job for the moment. Now, right arm off spinner to a right-handed set batter. Is Guptill going to take Harsh Thacker on? Good running will get them a single. Are they thinking about that 160 marker now?
Well, Guptill's at the wicket, certainly. But I think from a Bolt's perspective, they need to just sort of sit here and think, well, if we can knock Guptill over here, we can still keep them under a 150 mark, because it's not easy when you just walk in.
And I was just perplexed by the decision to go back to seam with the spinners doing such an effective job and there being so many spin options. We've already seen 4 of them. Any side coached by Pabudu Dasanayake is going to have plenty of spin options. This is almost the dream scenario. Work to do in the deep and cut it off, keep it to just 2. You've got a left arm wrist spinner, a right arm wrist spinner, a right arm off spinner, and a left arm off spinner. How often do you see that? think as the competition goes on, in particular HD, we'll see that spinners continue to... This goes up. Is this going to be a chance? Long on. I think it's the captain. Nestles underneath it. And he holds on. Anil Shah's heart was in his mouth for a moment there. The spinners continue to be the ones to do the damage. They've taken all the 4 wickets to fall, and it's the big one. Martin Guptill goes.
Guptill's always going to be looking for boundaries, but he might have just opened the door here for the Bolts, because in him getting himself out here, we're in a critical time of the match. Nearly puts that down, holds on to it at the second attempt. But a fine innings. Welcome to Nepal, Martin Guptill. 55 from just 43 deliveries. It's 96 for 4.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
बैंकिङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Third over, gets the wicket that the Bolts wanted. It will bring the highly experienced Rajesh Palami-Magar to the crease, 32 years of age now. It's always kind of knocked on the door of the national side, but he's only played 6 T20Is. And now spinners come back in. Mohammad Mohsin to bowl his 4th and final over. How big a moment is this, HD? Guptill holds out to long on.
Massive moment in the game. Kings were running away with it, but this dismissal, the Bolts will feel now that they can really strangle the Kings. 2 batters who they'll scurry between the wickets, they'll knock it around, they'll try and find holes in the field, but not going to hurt you with big boundaries.
Most of the senior Nepal side, of which Anil Shah has become back a fully established member of this year, are very good fielders, but this was, well, more than a little dicey and ropey, to say the least. He had to juggle it, but he did hold on critically. It was the big one. It was Guptill. Almost a hush over the ground as the ball hung in the air. Problem is, I don't know where the boundaries are coming from now. 1s and 2s, yes, HD. They may have to readjust their sights, the Biratnagar Kings.
Don't make excuses for the little fumble in the outfield there, but over the time here, have you seen a number of catches put down? I mean, this light is very difficult to take high catches in the middle of the day with a white ball.
Yeah, it's almost blinding, isn't it? We're up in the Valley of the Gods here. We're in beautiful Kathmandu Valley. I think the local players are used to it. We play so much cricket here in Kathmandu, here at the TU, across at the Mulpani, which is even higher in elevation over towards the stunning Gokarna Forest Resort. But it can be just incredibly bright. It can almost blind you. You'll see the vast majority of fielders will have sunglasses on. And the altitude, you've got to consider that too. I'll allow you an excuse for some of the visiting players, but the locals, not so much.
Game's just come to a little grinding halt here as just try and knock it around, try and get off strike. Just be a single. We'll bring up the 100 for the Kings at the conclusion of the 15th over.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं. सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Of this contest. 100 up, And it's job to do here for Bashir and Magar from here on. Martin Guptill playing a very handy innings there. 55 of 43. Akib missing out, so did Nicholas as well. All wickets going to spinners this morning. That's a very sharp bit of work in the field as well. That's what you need to do as a fielding side. Sridhar and Sriram sitting alongside me. What a contest, Sridhar.
Yes, Mikhail, yeah. Martin Guptill was just threatening to run away with the game. His wicket could have been the difference between 160 and whatever they get now. Magar tries to go, oh, he's gone. He's trying to go big on the leg side, but he didn't know where the ball was. The ball just ended up being near the wicket keeper, who's just happily taken the bails off. That's another wicket down for the Kings. Good, smart piece of work by the keeper. Milanta. Rajesh Magar tried to get a move on, but that was not to be. Harsh Thakur, the bowler. It's a big heave on the leg side. He's tried to run, but Milanta was sharp enough to collect the ball and take the bails off. Bit of panic from Rajesh Magar, but good sharp work by Milanta.
He walks back for one. After side back in the dugout for Biratnagar at the score of 100.
To go. Next time.
All eyes on Pratish GC, another very fine talent in the ranks of Nepal cricket, and immediately he's off the mark as well with a single towards mid-wicket. 5 wickets have fallen so far, and all of them have gone to spinners. This goes to show the impact they're having very early in this competition, Sri.
Not surprising. It was a bit sticky. Spinners came into it straight away. The left-arm spinner started off Rajabansi. Then Mohammad Mohsin and Harsh Thakur have been outstanding too. Still got 4 more overs after this. How many can the Kings get? Can they get to 150? 140 will give them a fighting total. With the altitude, it's easier to bat once you get your eye in.
Yeah, they've kept things tight. Good fielding, good stops. Just the 1, 6 and 10 boundaries. Into the 16th over. It's 103 for 5.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Himstar for a complete home.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
It is when you have cricket in Nepal. If you're anywhere around, the TU ground in Kirtipur is your hotspot and destination. Even as Biratnagar Kings put into bat, they look to go somewhere in excess of 150, 160. Sandeep Lamichhane at the toss did mention to me that 180, 190 is what his team would be looking for. This is close again. And yes, it's another wicket. Each time he's been introduced into the attack, Lalit Rajbanshi has struck. He struck on the very first delivery in his first spell. He strikes yet again in his first delivery, in his second spell as well. That's wicket number 6.
Yeah, 180, 190 is a far cry from here. Pratish Chetri on the back foot. The ball just skidded on too quick. Rajabanshi is too good for him. Red Bull energetic movement of the match. Rajabanshi striking. Pratish Chetri gone for 2, bowled by Rajavanshi, 103 for 6, it's 16.1.
Bit of a blip here for Biratnagar Kings. They've lost a couple of wickets in a heap at the moment. From 96 for 3 to 103 for 6. Sandeep Lamishane, the captain, walks out.
They were 96 for 4 when Guptill got out. The scoreboard hasn't moved since then. Big ask for Lamishane. Got to bat till the end, but also take the score to a respectable score. He's here because Pratish Chetri lost his wicket to Rajavanshi. Terrific delivery. Came in with the arm. He had no answer. Skidded off the pitch. Too quick for him. Beat him completely off the pitch. Chetri had to depart. A big ask now for the two in batters.
Well, he's got plenty of bat on this one. Oh, what a catch. Oh, wonderfully done. This man's just giving some heart attacks to the fans as well. That one once again almost popped out. Anil Kumar Saul, the second attempt, grabs another very fine catch in the deep. Another wicket falls here for the Biratnagar Kings.
Yeah, Rajavanchi's third. Bashir went for the big one. Had to do it as a left-hander, taking on the left-arm spinner. And that's another Red Bull energetic moment of the match. Look at that for a catch. He covered good ground. And then it popped out. He had the presence of mind to catch it again. Terrific strike again for Rajavanshi. Saha, the fielder. Anil Kumar Saha. Bashir Ahmed gone for 7. And it's 104 for 7 now.
Spinners wreaking havoc on day one of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. Chris Soul makes his way out. And they've fallen apart here, Biratnagar Kings. And how well the spinners have bowled. Thakur 3 for 22. And Rajbanshi into his fourth is 3 for 22 as well. 6 wickets for 44 runs between the two spinners.
Terrific. Mohammad Mohsin was very good as well. 1 for 20 of his 4. The spinners have ruled the roost here. Big shot attempt and a very, very good catch from Anil Kumar Saha.
Well, fair to admit that cricket has been played at the highest level here, great quality, and the relationship forever moment of the day as well in terms of the fair play that we are seeing in the middle. Goes big on this one. That's the second 6 of the innings. Towards the cow corner region, Lamishane says, let me do this. And what a way to end the over with a Siddhartha Bank 6, crossing ropes, creating hopes. It's 1-1-1 for 7.
DHI happier home. Today sa hai. Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
From here on, Biratnagar Kings, that last hit was a decisive blow by Sandeep Lamishane. 18 legal deliveries, 1-1-1 for 7, 3 wickets in hand, put into bat. Biratnagar Kings will need a move on in the final 3. It's been a very good disciplined effort so far by Janakpur bowls. 6 bowlers used, and it's time for pace now. It's going to be Kishore, was tidy in his first 2, giving away 10. Good start.
Kishore is good with the new ball. He got some swing. He's back now to close off the innings. Sandeep Lamichhane, lot rests on him. If he can play shots like that, score of about 140 is not out of reach. What a shot. Siddhartha Bank 6, crossing ropes, creating hopes. Yeah, terrific shot that. He can strike a ball, Lamichhane. Chris Soul plays for Scotland, can clock up to 145. At his turn with the bat now.
What's a safe score streak on this surface, with the spinners creating havoc in the middle?
Got about 16 balls left. If they can get 25 runs, 30 runs from here, can they get to 140? Be a fighting score. Nowhere near where Lamichhane mentioned. Beautiful side. The brilliant cricket ground is one of the most picturesque I've ever come to, I must admit. My first time to Nepal, and it's only been 2 days. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. The food at the hotel is outstanding. The hospitality is excellent.
Oh yes, Nepal's warm and welcoming people as well. Yeah, he's giving everything at it, and he finds the field at covers. This time Lamichhane is unsuccessful in clearing the infield. Kishore strikes in his second spell. Another wicket fall here for Biratnagar Kings. You're 8 down.
A good delivery. He followed Lamichhane. Lamichhane was trying to create room, and his brief stay comes to an end. Tried to go over the offside, sliced it. Good, comfortable catch for the fielder. The first wicket for pace in this innings. Kishore strikes. Lamichhane goes 8 down now. 112 for 8.
What an effort here by Janakpur bowls. What a response by the bowlers after electing to field first. Look at that for a delivery, cleaned up. Another wicket, he's on a hat-trick as well. Kishore is turning it on in the middle. And Janakpur bowls are just landing blows in the middle.
Yeah, this has been some sort of collapse after Martin Guptill's wicket. 96 for 4, 112 for 9. Kishore's turning it on. Terrific Yorker. Jitendra Mukhia, no idea. Went through bat and pad. If you miss, I hit. Terrific bowling from Kishore. The coach is happy. The dugout's happy. They're digging themselves into a hole here, the Biratnagar Kings. 112 for 9. Jitendra Mukhia, the latest victim, gone for naught.
What a passage of play here for Janakpur bowls. The captain Anil Kumar Shah certainly feels vindicated. This was Kishore's first wicket. Got Sandeep Lamichhane and then castled Jitendra Mukhia. He is on a hat-trick on day 1, match 1 of the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League powered by Encel. Can the youngster create the historic moment for himself? He comes in, steaming in, hat-trick ball. Almost created an opportunity, and in all of it, anticlimax. It's a no ball.
May have got a bit too excited. Karel, the new batter, did well to dig it out, but he's got a free hit now. Chris Soul on strike. I may have got a bit excited to get the hat-trick, just overstriding.
No change, no change.
Big no ball in the context of the modern game. Overstepped by over an inch. Yeah, Karel's still on strike, is he? Yeah, he is. Can he whack it over the boundary? Where's he looking? He's looking leg side. You can't change the field because the striker is the same. Where's he going? Mid-off, mid-on, inside the circle.
That's down the leg side. He'll have to re-bowl that again. That'll be signal wild. Kishore Mahato has played 2 ODIs for Nepal. The free hit stays.
Yeah, it's been an eventful over. Dot 1, wicket, no ball wide. The free hit remains. Tried to follow him. It's been innings to look out for.
Takes it on the full. Has he found the gap as well? Yes, he does. Takes full toll of the free hit, gets the boundary and gets off the mark as well. Much needed runs, and they'll all count.
Yeah, terrific shot from the young Anil Karel, 24-year-old. Plays for province number 5. All timing. The best part is didn't try to hit it hard. Sometimes in a free hit, you just go for leather. But it was good presence of mind to just time the ball through the offside. That's good, classy batting from Karel. Number 11, I can't believe it.
Yeah, a lot of elegance in that 4. He'll turn the strike and get to the other end, and will also retain strike for the next over. 8 runs coming off this, and 2 wickets as well. It's 119 for 9.
Like Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen. DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Kings have just lost their way. 119 for 9. What a brilliant last over by Kishore Mahato as well. He still has an over to go. Looking at the way the bowlers have bowled, looks like it's going to be pace from both ends to finish off proceedings as well. Look at that for turnout day 1. It's only getting started, Sri.
The whole of Kathmandu is turned out here. Tribhuvan University is just not big enough to hold these people.
Ben Mike generating some pace as well.
A bit expensive, Ben Mike. 21 in his 2 overs. Guptill got hold of him with a straight 6 in the last over that he bowled. And he bowled 5 wides, which doesn't sort of help his cause. But can he finish it off? Can he finish the Kings innings off? The Janakpur bowls will be very, very happy. It's triggered a collapse after Martin Guptill's dismissal. It's 5 wickets for 19 runs. A wide down the leg side. Got to aim for the stumps, young man. Keep the stumps in play if you're bowling to a number 11. Last 30 balls, 28 runs and 6 wickets. Down the leg side. The first ball was angled outside the off stump. The next one trying to get the stumps over-corrected. Every run counts. These extras, they'll take it, the Kings.
Oh, they'll have to be re-bowled. Tough one on Ben Mike. 26-year-old, plays for Leicestershire, and very recently, Sri, he hit 100 and took a 5-4 and a hat-trick in the same match, and etched his name in the Belvedere Cup history books as well over the weekend, after taking a century and getting a hat-trick as well. Ben Mike, their 26-year-old from Leicestershire, England cricketer. Smartly done.
Well done from Karel. Got bat on ball, got Chris Soul on strike. Now up to the big Scottish guy to finish this innings off. Can he hit a couple of sixes? Can he find the boundary? Ben Mike, definitely a very talented cricketer, no doubt about it. Lost his radar a little bit in this over. One wide down the leg side, one wide down the off side. See it at 3 runs in the 2 balls that he's bowled.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit with his line at the moment. Not the best of deliveries to bowl when you have fine leg up in the circle as well.
Not getting his radar right, especially with the left-right combo in the crease. Probably trying too hard. He's just got to keep it simple. Hit the stumps. Right-hander, left-hander, doesn't matter. All you've got to do is hit the stumps when number 9 and number 11 are batting. Your game plan needs to be very, very simple from a bowling point of view. Just 1 wicket to take for the bowls.
Much better this time. Just look back at this innings. Biratnagar Kings will certainly back at a situation where they had things under control with Martin Guptill in the middle. Partnership with Akib Ilyas was growing. As he rightly pointed out, Shri, ever since Martin Guptill departed, it's been a slide here for Biratnagar Kings.
No notable contribution apart from Guptill. Ilyas got 15 of 18, but since then it's been 9, 7, 1, 2, 7, 2, 0. Not something Biratnagar Kings will want. Yeah, good batting from Corral. He's at least ticking the runs over. He's doing them in singles, but he's adding some crucial runs. Yeah, the wickets went down in a hurry. They were 96 for 3, coasting at one stage, but then it's been a sort of a collapse. But this pair has added 13 runs for the last wicket in 11 balls. Chris Soule, what's his plan? What's his go-to? Where can he find the boundary? They need one desperately.
This one's high up in the air. Milanta coming underneath it, says it's mine. Oh, he just about loses footing, and that'll be a chance gone down. It was a skyer, and he just about moved around and circled around it and underneath it.
Yeah, if you were to give runs for height, this would have got 6. Went straight up in the air. It's not an easy catch. It's a clear sky. Red Bull energetic moment of the match. Ungood, a save replay. Nicholas, sorry, that's Milanta. Didn't even get his hand to it.
This one's aerial yet again. Looks straightforward. Should be taken. It is. And that wraps up proceedings as well for the first innings. Mike with his first wicket. Biratnagar Kings bowled out for 127 in 19 overs. It's been a thorough bowling effort by Janakpur bowls. This after they won the toss and decided to bowl first. A thorough performance, disciplined effort, and a tidy finish as well as Biratnagar Kings walk back, bowled out for 127.
They would have looked to get more, Biratnagar Kings. So 96 for 4 at one stage. But then once Guptill got out, this has been the story. Chris Soule just got height on it, no distance. Easy catch for Mohammad Mohsin in the covers. Yeah, when the Australian style. Ben Mike gets his first wicket, well deserved too. Good performance. They're going out together, that's a good sign. High fives all round. The spinners were too good. The pace bowlers came back and cleaned them up. Kishore and Ben Mike got the last 3 wickets, but the spinners did most of the damage. Thakur 3 for 22, Mohsin 1 for 20, and Raj Banshi 3 for 28 were the wreckers in chief. Very, very good performance. Pubudu Dasanayake will be very happy for the Janakpur bowls. Yeah, batting card that flattered to deceive. Martin Guptill, the lone warrior, 55 or 43. Akib Ilyas gave him some company. Got 15, but then it was a telephone number 97127407. That's exactly been the story. 127 all out.
Just the 2 batters getting into double figures. That partnership needs mention over there. Ilyas and Guptill, 47 and 43. Then a couple of double-figure partnerships between Guptill and Curtin and Guptill and Bashar. He's been the constant there, Guptill for the top order, but then after that, it was a slide, 4-3-1-8-0. And that last wicket partnership of 50 runs coming in very handy. 15 extras. It's been a bowler's day out, however. Electing to field first, Anil Kumar Shah will be thrilled with this effort put in by his bowlers. The spinners came in. Lalit Rajbanshi struck in his very first delivery. He finished with 3 for 28. Harsh Thakur introduced as the sixth bowler, finished with 3 for 22. And then Kishore Mahato and Ben Mike just wrapped up things and polished off the tail with 3 wickets between them in their 6 overs. It's been a thorough bowling effort by Janakpur bowls in their first game.
Yeah. Lokesh Baum and Martin Guptill started off, but Lalit Rajbanshi broke through in his first ball. Big strike. Guptill took a bit of his time, but got going later on. Aqib Ilyas tried his best. It's all in the power play, this. Just cleared Muir on the occasion, and then when the spinners came on, he looked threatening. Aqib Ilyas probably a little unlucky to be given out. Martin Guptill continued on his merry way. Nicholas Kitton joined him.
He played all over that one, and he departed as well very early. Guptill kept things together, played the anchor innings, but then one too many for him. He looked to accelerate and found the fielder in the deep as he perished as well. Anil Kumar Shah taking that catch on the second attempt. Batters went here and there. That was another batter just having a brain fade moment. Lalit Rajbanshi into the second spell as well, struck very early, striking. That's when the batters just about departed in quick time. This was another very fine catch by Captain Anil Kumar Shah on the second attempt once again, but he held on to it. Sandeep Lamichhane came out with a big 6, but then he too perished, found the fielder at covers. Every batter got going, and then Kishore Mahato struck twice in successive deliveries, was on a hat-trick before Anil Kharel got a boundary here, boundary there. This was dropped very high, Skyer going. Lahirul Milanta got underneath that, but completely lost track of it towards the end. Not before. Ben Mike ensured that he gets the final wicket in the final delivery of the 19th over to close out the Biratnagar innings on 127 runs. Right, this means that when Janakpur bowls come out to bat, they have a target to achieve an overhaul. They'll be in hot pursuit of 128 runs from 20 overs. Who's winning this? We'll get you an exciting chase on the other side of the short break.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Himstar for a complete home.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
सिधै आउँछ
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट
डाइरेक्ट
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा
हो बाबा अब आइएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आइएमई पेमा अर्थात् सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ
त्यसो भए त आइएमई गरौँ
सिधै मोबाइलमा
अब सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा वा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस् र आफूले चाहेको ठाउँमा रिडिम गर्नुहोस्। ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Himsta for a complete home.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Hey, you got just Red Bull got in there.
भाइ रेड बुल
के दिएको यो? रेड बुल भनेपछि रेड बुलले चाहिन्छ।
रेड बुल असली निरोधक।
फसे नि हेर बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ। भयो नि हाले इजी
अरे यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश, यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Himsta for a complete home.
सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु, जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ।
त्यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ।
Himsta for a complete home. Himsta for a complete home.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Himsta for a complete home.
अब सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा वा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस् र आफूले चाहेको ठाउँमा रिडिम गर्नुहोस्। ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Himsta for a complete home.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Switcha Pradhan.
Namaskar, Ma, Miss Nepal.
First went to Lalit Rajbanshi. He is very much the premier left-arm spinner in the country. And then it was a trial by spin. Mohamed Mohsen struck LBW. That was the big moment. The dismissal of Nicholas Curtin. One Canadian getting the better of the other, and then a juggling catch to get the big wickets of Martin Guptill, held by Anil Kumar Shah. A bizarre moment then, a run out it was of Rajesh Palani, who thought the ball had gone on. Another batter challenged on the inside edge. That would have been out LBW if it wasn't bowled. And then another good catch held on to. Again, the juggling hands are out from the skipper before Lamachani came and went quickly. Kishore Mahato, so good to see him back in Nepal. He is a bowler full of promise. And then the final wicket to fall went to the man from England, Ben Mike. He was the most expensive of the bowlers, going at 9.66 per over, but he finished with the wicket of Chris Soule. Spinners were the ones who held sway. I thought Lalit Rajbanshi was outstanding, and Harsh Thakur very impressive too. Maybe the one surprise, only the one over for the left arm wrist spin of Tul Bahadur Thapa Magar, and 2 wickets, 2 for the pace of Kishore Mahato. So it means that to get off to a winning start, Janakpur, for Pubudu Dasanayake to have a glorious return here to Nepal, which he loves and holds so dearly, he will need his side to make 128 runs from the 20 overs that they'll be allocated. There's a real festival feel, and it's fitting because it is the festival of the Himalayas that we're here for. And the grandstand that's been built specially for this tournament, packed to the rafters, as indeed has the whole ground been. And this was a little while earlier. Let's go and look at some of the official Nepal Premier League opening ceremony. There was joy and song and dance and colour. Plenty of Nepal national team shirts too. And a special moment for the women's under-19 team, who were so good recently. The cheerleaders are in, and the smiles are on the faces right across the ground. Such a beautiful venue, this one, and plenty of dignitaries too there. Representatives of the government, Chatur Bahadur Chand, the president of CAN, and also Paris Khadka, the former national team captain, the secretary of CAN, and critically, there's one of my favourite additions for the opening season. That's Jeet. That is the snow leopard. That's the official mascot of this tournament. And we're going to see more than one Jeet. I think we saw 3 Jeets yesterday at the press meet. Delighted to have Shriram come and join me now. Shriram, it's been a lovely kind of festival feel to get things going. A sign of things to come potentially.
Absolutely.
फसेर हेर बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ भयो नि हाले
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
भाइ दुईटा चिसो रेड बुल गर्दिन न
भाइ रेड बुल
के दिएको यो रेड बुल भनेपछि रेड बुलै चाहिन्छ
Red Bull. Costly
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Himstar for a complete home.
डिस्कोमा खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै हरेक खेल हेरिन्छ साथी होस् या एक्लै
डिश होम खुशीको कनेक्सन
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Making it slightly difficult. Anil Kumar Saha, couple of juggling catches, but he's here to open the batting. Strike rate of 122, 41 versus Canada, his best. But he's got to play the sheet anchor role. He's got to use his experience, and he's got to play a captain's innings if he's got to get his.
Namaste, my name is Purnima Shrestha. Mount Everest was my ultimate goal. I wanted to achieve something monumental.
How did Purnima and Cetaphil achieve the world record on Mount Everest?
Cetaphil, हम स्किन की सुने, तुम दिल की सुनो.
Only one of the 8 to not be captaining his side. Himself and Anil Sar are great friends, and they said it doesn't matter who captains, it's all about the team, and that's a vintage Pabudu Dasanayaka coach side, isn't it? It's what he does. Now, here's the moment. Chris Soule, as associate cricketers go, he's as X-factor as they come. He's been clocked at 156 kilometres an hour. He is rapid if he gets it up to his best.
Wow, that'll be interesting.
He's got the new ball in his hand. Here he goes. And he's a bit wayward occasionally too. That is a horror start. Sprayed down the leg side. Maybe an issue with the footmarks. That's going to be 5 wides. We're yet to see a legal ball bowled. The perfect start for the chase.
Yeah, the target's now down to 123. That's what it means. Wow, the diving keeper couldn't even get a hand on it. As wayward as you can get. And ball quick, Chris Soule. But he's got to get his radar right.
We're going to have lots of Super 4s powered by Encell throughout the competition. That's a Super 5. That one flies down the leg side. Shape away, and it's going to be another wide. One thing about the crowd here, I spoke to Chris Soule before the start of the game. He was part of a couple of those iconic Scotland versus Nepal matches. Nepal getting the better of both of them in Cricket World Cup League 2 last February. He said, it's going to be nice to have the crowd cheering for me for once here.
You know what it feels like when you're playing against a home team which is as supported as Nepal. They love their cricket, the Nepalis.
Well, the first run's off the bat, and there's going to be bonus runs here. You're not going to believe this. It's going to be 5 more. We talk about those Super 4s powered by Encell 4G. Well, it's another 5, the second of the over. A disastrous start with the ball.
Can't get any worse. Was that an overthrow? Yes, it was. The keeper didn't get a hand on it. No one backing up. It's just one legal ball bowled and 11 runs on the board. Can't get any worse for the Kings. Janakpur bowls will take every bit of this. 11 for no loss in one ball. What are we in here for? Chris Soule, 145 k's per hour.
Do not adjust your TV set. Those graphics are right. One legal delivery bowled, 11 runs on the board. A disaster of a start. Can they find a way back into the contest?
Asif is quite aware of the pace that Chris Soule can generate. Not much footwork, just a waft outside the off stump. For the second legal delivery, a dot. At last, Sandeep Lamichhane is not what he wanted. He wanted a couple of wickets, but not 11 runs of 2 balls.
Nearly chops on. Yeah, if you look at Chris Soule here, this is a new edition. This is the month of November. It is also the final day of November. There's a great charity, Movember, that encourages men to grow for the month of November a moustache. That is a great mo he's got going. I think it might go tomorrow.
It's got a bit of Sean Tate about him.
Oh, it's chopped on. Runs, wickets, all happening in the opening over. Too quick for Asif Sheikh and Soule and the Kings. They strike back.
Got one back, Chris Soule. Wayward start. First 2 balls went for wide, then an overthrow. 2 dot balls, but this time no footwork. Played on to the stumps. Nothing short from Asif Sheikh. And the start the Viratnagar Kings wanted. Yeah, we are the Kings, says so. Asif Sheikh gone without scoring. Could you believe it? Bowl Soule. It's 11 for 1 after 4 balls.
Hiru Milanta, of Sri Lankan origin, but very much in his second home now in the United States of America, has qualified for USA, but not into the international side yet. There's such competition over there in the States in terms of getting into that squad. They've been having an excellent 2024. He will come in at number 3, keeper batter. Another wide down the leg side, so an erratic start, action aplenty.
What a first over this has been. It's all happened here. There was a nothing shot from Asif Sheikh. Aware that Chris Soule is going to bowl rockets. Not much footwork. Just stood there and then wafted with his hands, hoping that he'll get bat on ball. He did get bat on ball, it just played onto his stumps, that's all. Knocked the leg peg back. He's got to depart.
He's a good athlete as well, Chris Soule. His father played international rugby. Didn't just captain Scotland, he captained the British and Irish Lions as well. And if you're wondering about the demand and the hype and the craze and the fanaticism for the Nepal Premier League, rather them than me, but they're up there even in the branches of the trees.
Every vantage point taken, but that's not safe. People, please look out. Your safety is primary importance.
Very experienced at doing it. They do it for almost every game. Sometimes you see them with the motorbike helmets up there as well. What an entertaining opening over. 13 runs on the wicket come from it. The Bolts, 13 for 1.
सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु, जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ।
त्यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ।
Now, a young left armer to keep your eyes on. Not a left arm spinner, as so many of them are here in Nepal, but a left arm seamer. Pratish GC was part of that T20 World Cup squad. His action reminds me an awful lot. David Willey, England and former Northampton Yorkshire seamer. Very, very similar. Can get it to shape back into the right-hander. He'll look to shape it away from the Hiru Milanta. And his big thing is about, I guess, the kind of mantra of bringing everyone together, putting the team first. And you can see already he's done that. And he's so highly held in such great esteem here, alongside Monty Desai, the national coach of Nepal. They're the two kind of icons of coaching in Nepalese cricket history.
Know Monty very well from Mumbai. I think lives in the States now. Milanta would definitely have been one of Puvadu's picks.
It's very lucky here, Milanta. Yeah, there's a definite North American feel, isn't there, to the Bolts. Now, let's get a look at this. This is the Omoda car. Omoda and Jaku, the fastest growing car brand in the world. It's a long-range SUV with the EV technology. 430 kilometers you can get off that. Really, Nepal, you get anywhere with that. It's not a huge country, very small country in terms of its geographic positioning, in between India and China. And that one there, you'd have to go up and have a sit in that. That looks good, doesn't it?
That really good. Next up, going green. That's the way the world's going now. Why not? 430 kilometers. battery. That's good. Probably drive up to the Indian border.
I think you'd nearly be in Delhi with 430 kilometers. I might be wrong. I'm going to check that. Very narrow country, Nepal. Good bouncer. He's worked on putting on pace. That's something Monty Desai has spoken to him about. Out of the national team for the most recent tours, Rajan Dakal got the left arm seamer spot, but you can see he's trying to bowl quicker.
It's been quite impressive. He's hustled through. He's got to hustle through the crease. He bowled a heavy ball to Milanta as well, which he pulled. Just fell very lucky in the no man's land, but he's testing out Anil Kumar Saha early. And I like bowlers who try and get up to the head. It's a good sign of aggression.
Well, before someone tweets me or tells me I'm wrong, it's 1,000 kilometers to Delhi. We'll get to the border though. We'll get down to the beautiful Terai region. A lot of the players come from Bhairawa, but well, I see a lot of those come into the contest. I love the way they've designed the competition though. The way they put it together, meaning that almost every single one of the kind of key regions is represented. And this is just the first year. Every game is here for this season at the TU ground. But I think in years to come, we're going to head down to Pokhara, take in the beauty of the mountains and the lakes there. Now, number 2, it's kept low. Anil Shah tries to play across it. And all of a sudden, it's game on here at the TU.
Yep, 2 in 2, and that's exactly what the Biratnagar Kings needed. The captain has to go, 2 experienced batters in the shed. This was a slower ball followed by the bouncer. This is really good bowling from Pratish. Bowled him all ends up. Yeah, ran his fingers over the ball, kept a tad low, and uprooted the off stump. Young Pratish, terrific over. What a start. 2 runs and a wicket in his over. 5 of 4 balls, Anil Kumar Shah. 15 for 2, game on.
Nepal Medicity Hospital, world-class healthcare services, accessible and affordable for all, for a healthy and prosperous nation.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Himstar for a complete home.
Definitely kept a little low. Not something we were expecting from the surface, not something we saw in it. All of a sudden, target 128 looks a little while away. Harsh Thacker to the creases, had a good start to his day. Face up to Chris Soule, the crowd really getting into it. Who are they cheering for is the big question. Not sure, is it Lamachani's kind of adoration maybe making him King supporters?
Terrific start. Majority of the runs have come through extras. Again, very well bowled. Well disguised slower ball. Ran his fingers through it. Kept a tad low. 2 experienced batters in the shed. Played all over it.
Really good replay, that last one. He was almost appealing for the LBW. He thought it might have hit the pad, but you don't need to appeal when it smashes into the off stump.
The batsman would have blinded him a little bit because of the angle at which he bowls from. Got the off peg, uprooted. Yeah, it's game on, certainly. Going to be a tough little chase. Sandeep Lamichhane to come. Chris Soule clocking good speeds. Just talking a bit about Pokhara. I've heard so much about it. Tell me a little bit about Pokhara, please.
Helped around the corner with the pace of Soule. I think that'll get to the rope. The man out of deep backward square leg. He'll chase in vain. And Thacker applauds Malantha. A nice swivel pull shot, well controlled.
Not the length to be bowling at the Tribhuvan University. Didn't get up as much. Nice shot. Good balance on that shot. Swiveled on that back foot. Milantha shows why he's widely regarded as a good player, especially by Pubudu. He's placed a lot of faith in him. Welcome boundary. Takes him to 20 for 2.
That one's a wide down the leg side. Seoul certainly starting a little erratically. Lokesh Bam has the gloves on. We expected a high-scoring contest, didn't we? You'll often see that at the start of competitions here. You just wonder if the ground staff almost being a bit protective of the surface, kept a bit more grass on it.
They'll have to, otherwise it'll crumble. I was just speaking to the groundsman. That's 4. It's down the leg side as well. Was it leg buys or was it off the bat? We've got to wait and see. But the fans are happy. The runs are coming thick and fast. Chris Soul has got to pick up his radar.
Yeah, it's another Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G, and what that means, it's going to be 4 more education kits for school children across Nepal. That's donated by the Ncell Foundation. What a legacy that is going to leave. Really love that initiative. We'll see that impacting schools across the country. Just not getting his line right here, is he? Chris Soul, 2 leg side right now. Better, much better, and well fielded by Akib Ilyas in close cover.
They don't have a lot of runs to play with, the Kings. Need to be disciplined. They've got 2 early breakthroughs. They need to be disciplined. Soul's going all-out pace. The surface is not helping him. Just talking of the surface, I was talking to the groundsman. He said the nature of this clay is that if you don't leave grass, it dries up very quickly. And he's a bit worried with the tournament lasting 21 days. He's got 6 trips
in the air. Gets a good piece of it. Not sure if he's going to get enough to get to the rope. Oh, yes, he will. There's another Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G. Malantha, a little like Guptill, took a while to get in, but now starting to look good. The second boundary of the over.
That was a good shot. It was pitched up, but he just hit through the line. Didn't bother to keep it down. He wanted to take maximum advantage of the power play. Third boundary of the over and second off the bat of Milantha. Runs coming thick and fast here. 14 runs already.
Better ball to finish the over. 3 bowled, 29 for 2.
Himsta for a complete home.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
An immediate change of bowling here. Malantha's profited from the few loose ones from Seoul, but Jitendra Mukia, former national team player, last played back in that T20 World Cup qualifier B in Oman that Nepal couldn't get through in 2021. Known as a very good death bowler, good with his Yorkers, Shiram, but just surprised by that change. I thought Pratish GC was causing problems.
Stole the words out of my mouth. Thought Pratish had a very good start, and especially with the new ball, he was getting a bit of shape as well. I would have definitely given him one more, but we're going to see it. Jitendra Mukia. 3 for 18 is best against Afghanistan at Chattogram in 2014.
On the leg side, that'll be a wide. Just saw the drone shot there of this ground. I know your incredible CV working with Australia, with their spin bowlers, playing cricket all across India. Not many more beautiful grounds that I've ever seen. What do you think?
Especially coming up to the hills, I think it's so beautiful. Dharamshala in India is one of the most picturesque. Look at those mountain ranges at the background. So beautiful. Even the flight to Kathmandu, it's just snow-capped mountains all the way.
Yeah, certainly think about this time of year in Nepal. It's so beautiful. It's 18 to 21 degrees. It does get cold in the mornings and the evenings, actually. The 9 AM games will be interesting. But yeah, you talk about the festival of the Himalayas that this is. I've got to correct myself from earlier. I said that this trophy was 8,848 millimeters. It's not, it's 884.8 millimeters. But that's been done because of the tribute to the exact meter height of Sagarmatha, of Mount Everest. There's actually not a rock from Everest itself, but one of the most famous viewing points as we go up the trophy here. Look at the top of this. This, for me, is one of the most beautiful trophies I've seen in my entire life, and one of the most unique. Part of the Himalayas built into it. Beautiful work.
So much history, so much culture. That's what Nepal is all about. So beautiful. Look at that for a sight. The city of Kathmandu in the background with the hills are even a brilliant sight.
And one of the things I love about it here in Kathmandu, it's not really just the one city, it's multiple cities. You've got all of that history and heritage of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in and around it. You've got Kathmandu itself, but then you've also got Lalitpur, which is very historic, and Janakpur, which is even more historic. Talk about, sorry, that's out in the east, but you've just got history and heritage and culture all throughout. They're so proud of where they're from.
Janakpur almost dates back 7,000 years to the Ramayana. Goddess Sita was apparently born here. Coming back to cricket, it's been a good little over from Mukia. Bit of a slingy action. Should be good with his Yorkers.
You're almost there, man.
The run, that 2 over wide, considered the first ball, but then 4 dot balls. Put the brakes a bit on Harsh Thakur. 30 for 2 after 3.4.
Required run rate won't be a concern yet, though. Just want to keep these wickets in hand. Good pressure, though. Definitely been applied. 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in and around the valley of Kathmandu. That is incredible. Bhaktapur is the third of the, it's kind of 3 cities that were 3 different kings almost kind of built up: Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur. And I'm going to take you up there on one of your days off. It's about 15 kilometers away. Beautiful.
Please, I am game.
Great yogurt there. They make it in these little clay pots, and oh, I just love this city. Very, very special place.
Love your local knowledge.
Down the leg side, and the potential of a maiden for Mukia is ruined by another Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G to round out the 4th. It's 34 for 2.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahay.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Yeah, remarkable to think of that Mukia over. It was looking really good, wasn't it? Until that last ball. Actually, leg buys down the leg side. We're going to see another change of bowling. Really a change of ends for Pratish GC. So he will come on from the Chobar end of the ground. Their addition for this year's MPL, the big screen coming into play. Fans are loving that. Now, we're going to get some immediate in-game reaction. Let's get down to Mikhail Vaswamy, who's got Kevin O'Brien alongside him.
Come on, GC.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. Just the right time to have a quick chat with the head coach of Viratnagar Kings, Kevin O'Brien. Kevin, 34 for 2 in the 5th over. Your thoughts on this game at the moment? Is it poised?
It's action-packed first 4 overs, wides, extras, boundaries, wickets. It's obviously the crowd are enjoying it, but tighten up our lengths a little bit and our lines a little bit, and the wicket's not as flat as you may think. It's keeping skidding through a lot. So that was his assessment of it first thing, is skidding through. It's not a free-flowing wicket.
Right, you spoke of the wicket and how the wicket has behaved in the first innings, 127. That's not what you would have settled for. What do you make of the track, particularly the spinners coming into action very early?
Yeah, I think their spinners bowled quite well. They bowled quite slowly, which obviously didn't allow us to get any pace on the ball. But obviously our spinners hopefully now have learnt that. But 127 is probably a little bit under par, obviously, but not massively under. Maybe 140, 150 would have been par.
Yeah, huge atmosphere, huge setup over here. Inaugural edition. Coach of the Biratnagar Kings. What's the first piece of information and knowledge that you've given the kids?
Yeah, I think we just got to enjoy it. The players, we've got to enjoy the opportunity to play on a world stage. Obviously going out to millions of people around the world. Enjoy the pressure that brings, and obviously there's a big crowd in the stadium as well. So just embrace that and try and play your natural game and show the world what you can do.
Coach Kevin O'Brien, we've seen the batter Kevin O'Brien. You've done the length and world in cricket, a journeyman yourself, an aggressive 30. Is that the message always for the play cricket?
Yeah, I think it's important in T20 to attack the power play as much as you can. But in saying that, you've got to assess the conditions and assess the wicket and then play accordingly. So yeah, it's always trying to be positive and proactive.
Right, thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck in this very game.
Thank you, cheers.
Right, Kevin, it's back to the commentators. Well, our thanks to Kevin O'Brien. Great to hear from really not just an Irish legend, but a legend of the world game. We'll get a quick look at this boundary that Milantha picked up. 389 appearances for Ireland. Kevin O'Brien, the most capped Irish sportsman of all time until very recently. Paul Sterling's just gone by him, his great pal. And Kevin O'Brien's second visit here to Kathmandu. He loves Nepal too. Great close friend of mine. So happy to see him here involved in season 1.
Pratish definitely testing out the pitch here. He's got some good bounce. Not happy with that being called wide. It was a good shot from Milantha. Stood tall. Got his hands high enough to get over the ball. That was let go. He's pulling some decent pace here, Pratish. Got a good change of pace too, which we've seen when he got Anil Kumar Shah.
Just going back to the head coaches there, Kevin O'Brien, the Irishman. There's also a great Indian connection. Umesh Patwal, the former head coach of Nepal. Nandan Vadnis, who's the current assistant coach. Rajiv Kumar, who's got that experience down with the Chennai Super Kings in the IPL, but also then a great breeding ground for Nepali coaches to come through. The former national team captain, Gyanendra Malla, Prashanta Shahi of the Kathmandu Gurkhas, and Jagat Tamata, the under-19 national coach, also alongside Prabhuda Dasanayaka. Really good selections for me.
Excellent. What a good mix of overseas and local coaches.
Do not want to take a single to Nicholas Curtin. He is ever so quick. And that's what this whole league is about. It's not just about developing players, it's about developing officials, breeding the next generation of fans, bringing through coaches. I know it's only day 1, and I get in trouble sometimes for getting too excited, but you can already feel how great this NPL is going to be.
Without a doubt. The response from the crowd has been amazing, and the quality of cricket is only going to get better as we go deeper into the tournament.
Oh, what a shot that is.
Shots like that will make the tournament even better. Milantha finishes off with a maximum. Siddharth Bank 6 crossing ropes, creating hopes. That's exactly what it was. 46 for 2 after 5.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
2 wickets. It's been a very fine counter-attack, particularly by Milantha. 20-17 in hot pursuit of 128. And Janakpur bowls need 82 of 90 with 8 wickets in hand. What a contest here. We saw the spinners wreak havoc in the first innings. R.K. Vilyas comes in from the Combox end. Over number 6, the final over before the field restrictions will be lifted. He's a very dangerous customer with the ball, R.K. Vilyas. You can expect him to ask a few questions, and just like how I'm going to ask a few questions to HD Ackerman in the combox. Good afternoon, HD.
Good afternoon, Mikhail. He's going to have to ask a lot of questions here because at the moment the Bolts are cruising. Yes, they're 2 down, but there's no real threat as far as the run rate is going. And what a stroke this was to end the previous over. They'd be difficult to find, the big ones today.
Yeah, they've got a 6 very early in the innings, unlike the Biratnagar Kings, who took some time to tee off.
The Kings were also cruising at one stage, weren't they? Guptill was playing really well. He had a measure of the surface, but as soon as he was dismissed, the spinners came into their own, and the middle and late order really struggled with Kevin O'Brien talking to you about that. And that surface was really slow, and the spinners from the Bolts bowled particularly well. So the Kings will still feel is that if they can just nip 1 or 2 out here, that the tail might struggle.
That's chipped in the air. He falls short of the field at long off. And courtesy that single, the 50 as well comes up for Janakpur bowls. And they are on course at the moment.
So important to get a win early on in the competition. It just eases the pressure, not only the players, but the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, and what they need right now is a good partnership. You don't want to slide. You don't want the batting team in the chase to cave in. 2 very experienced players. Tucker came good with the ball. That's certainly come and rub in his batting as well. Biratnagar Kings need a wicket from here. Very important to keep striking. Just going too hard at that one.
The problem is that the modern day players, they don't seem to worry too much about the required run rate, even if it's sitting at a run a ball. They want to score at 2 runs a ball. They want boundaries, they want 6s. Get themselves into trouble if they play too high risk from here. They just need to nudge it around, and they could cruise in here if they just play smart cricket. Now that's the end of the power play, so 6 gone, 52 for 2.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Were 37 and 29. The field restrictions are lifted. This means that the bowlers will have some kind of breather. They'll need a wicket here, as HD rightly pointed out. A win early on will certainly set the tone. And in comes the superstar of Nepal cricket, Sandeep Lamichhane. What a star he is. 5 for 9 against Kenya in Nairobi 2 years back. 108 wickets for him, and look at that for economy. 6.15. Brilliant.
It's a critical spell for both sides. Bolts play Lamichhane well, then maybe they'll have that first victory, but the Kings will be looking for Lamichhane to make some inroads here, get a couple of wickets, not just be economical, but take wickets. That's their pathway to victory. Just wonder whether the skipper's going to bring in a couple of attacking fielders. A slip goes in.
Yeah, you do have long on and long off as well for the miss hit. One at deep mid wicket as well. Nicely bowled. You got to bowl to your field. With a slip in place, you want to really create some doubt as well in the batter's mind. It's been a decent power play for the Janakpur bowls. They accumulated 50+ runs. That was a quicker one.
Wasn't a big total that they were having to chase. Just 128 needed for victory, but they lost wickets early, and they were 2 down with just 15 on the board before this partnership between Tucker and the Lunt. has taken place. Malanta has been more the aggressor. He's 23 coming off just 21 balls. His harsh luck of the Canadian has tried his very best just to find some sort of rhythm on this surface. Malanta carries on his merry little way here. That's another boundary.
He's shown a lot of intent and purpose in the middle, has Milanta. He's certainly calling the shots. Once again, picking his spot with consummate ease. So much time in playing that hit. This is why Janakpur bowlers will always want to believe they're in this chase. Pressure on the fielding side. That equation getting easier. Much better.
Good cricket, good smart cricket by Malanta. Finds the boundary, then just happy to just nudge it up the ground for a single. Rotate the strike. Pressure on Lamachani.
HT, we did see the spinners making an impact in the first innings. You feel it's gotten better to bat in second innings?
Spinners got such a great length. Smeared away on the leg side. They run hard, they'll get two. So a good over again for the Bolts. Concludes the 7, 61 for 2.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल बैंकिङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस्। सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल, असली नै रोजौं।
Getting Viratnagar Kings out for 127 and right now in the chase have 8 wickets in hand. Only 67 needed of 78. There again, it's Milanta. Just falls short of the field at long off yet again. He's finding his spots. And just about batting with a lot of authority in the middle. This day one, another 18 match days, including this 32 matches, 8 teams, over 130 players. We are up and running in the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2024, powered by Encel. You've got to make room for yourself sometime. Just manufacture a shot.
That was a good length from Akibilias. We spoke about the length of the bolts when their spinners bowl. They sort of don't allow you. You've got to come down the wicket if you want to get to the pitch or get really deep in your crease to play back. But you can't just step and hit. That's the key to T20 bowling. You don't want a batter to just be able to take one step and hit you back over your head.
Again, length has to be precise, HT, as you pointed out. Puller this time. Just threw the kitchen sink at that one. Akibilias, former captain of Oman. Quite a mercurial star with the bat and ball. This has been a quiet over so far. Partnership worth 48 in 39 deliveries at a very crucial time. Good use of his feet. A stride forward. It goes the distance as well. That's a very fine strike. That's a Siddharth Bank 6. Crossing ropes, creating hopes. What a shot.
Shot of the afternoon for me. Just a lovely use of the feet. A hop, skip and a jump. Gives himself a little bit of room, just a touch outside leg stump to be able to free those arms. Just times it, no power, just pure timing.
And smartly just plays it around, nudges it for a single to retain strike as well. Smart and sensible cricket is what HT mentioned some time back. And that's exactly what they're doing. 70 for 2.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Tapayko Asli Energy Red Bull Asli Nerozum.
That's because everything is going as per plan at the moment.
There's only really been two batters that have had the measure of this pitch. One, Martin Guptill for the Kings, and now Malanta for the Bolts. And then you have to look at Harsh Thakker's 8 or 15. And he's been happy to just knock it around, but there's been no pressure on him because of how Malanta's played. But if Malanta does happen to get out, play one too many extravagant strokes and get out, then Thacker starts to feel a little bit of pressure, and so does the dugout. But while Malanta's there, there's a win on the cards.
That's a very good point, HD. Just like how Guptill was there and everything was looking good for Viratnagar Kings. 2 runs so far in this over. Harsh Thacker just about taking his time in this innings of his. Consumed 16 deliveries for 9. But it's Malanta. Nicely guided. Finds the fielder. By the end of it, look at that for a spectacle. Look at that for a view. Tell you what, this is the beautiful country. And the cricket as well. Top quality. Dished out. Wonderfully struck. He's placing the ball with sublime ease. Stand and deliver. Malanta into his 40s. And he's taking Janakpur balls home this afternoon.
This is some shot. There's a long off in place and there's a sweeper on the offside. But he knows if he finds the gap just either side of the man at extra cover, he could have 4 if he hits it well enough. And does he hit it well enough?
Yeah, there's a lot of method in the madness when it comes to his batting. Caution with aggression. 6 runs coming off the surface, 76 for 2.
DHI Happier Home.
Back live into the 10th over. Cruising along at the moment. Our Janakpur bowls. This partnership was 61 and 48. One-way traffic at the moment. Ideally, you want to take the pace off the ball. Not allow much of width and room for the batters. HD 52 of 64, easy going. Yeah, courtesy that innings from Malanta. Thakur can just about play along and take his time.
Yeah, no pressure on him. There's no pressure on him whatsoever. I mean, he's scoring at a strike rate of just over 50.
Oh, that's the ultraviolet 7 imagined at the intersection of design and technology. I'm sure HD would like to have a ride on that lovely looking sleek bike. Beautiful ultraviolet automotive brings the future of mobility. And at the moment looks like the Janakpur bowls are sitting on it and cruising along Kathmandu and Kirtipur.
Actually, that one came nicely. You boys see him up, right? That one?
It has a top speed of 155 kilometers an hour. Look at that. Beauty and the Beast delivered in one go. Wow. That's picked away. Insurance in the deep, just a single towards square leg. All right. HD, your thoughts on that bike?
We need a little bit of transport around here. My first visit here to Nepal. You've been many times before.
That's wonderful. Look at that. Yes, don't mind a two-wheeler ride, of course. Andrew used to take quite a few rides before as well. We're having a chat. But at the moment, Janakp bowls in complete control of the situation and riding on a sea of confidence. At the halfway mark, 80 for 2. And that equation, 48 needed in 60 as the players get into a water break. Much needed chat for the Viratnagar Kings as well.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
फसे नि हेर बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ भयो नि हाले इजी
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश. यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Himstar for a complete home.
सिधै आउँछ
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा.
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा
हो बाबा. अब आइएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आइएमई पेमा अर्थात् सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ.
त्यसो भए त आइएमई गरौँ
सिधै मोबाइलमा.
डिस्कोमा खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै हरेक खेल हेरिन्छ साथी होस् या एक्लै.
डिश होम खुशीको कनेक्सन.
On the opening day of the MPL, he was just out, I'd love to say, and in the crowd. I didn't even get close to getting up into it because the scale of enjoyment from the fans is next level. We're going to have one of these every day. Now, let's see. Who are we going to pick? Maybe that lady in the sunglasses? No, let's go with this one. Come on, give us a smile. We're looking for the sparkling smile fan of the match, sponsored by the official partner, Happy Dent. Love that. There is nothing but smiles here across this ground today. It's a day to remember. Maybe she's the winner. Like that smile too. Andrew Leonard here, joined again now by Shriram. This game is really only going in one direction unless maybe, just maybe, Sandeep Lamachani can weave some magic. He's done it before. Can he do it again? The captain of the Kings. Desperately in need of a wicket, aren't they?
I like this, coming over the wicket, bowling more leggies. It's going round, bowling offies. That's not the Sandeep Lamachani we know. He's a leggy who can spin the ball both ways and beat the bat either side. And if we need some wickets, Milanta's played him well, played him cleanly off the back foot.
I know your pedigree as a spin bowling coach. Do you think that the kind of the matchups in terms of the ball turning into the bat is sometimes overplayed? Should you still be sticking with your best delivery?
100%. Like, look at that for an example. That was a wrong one, turned right across the face. Then he sort of closes out both sides, but bowling around the wicket, he opened up both sides for the batter to score. And he's a far better bowler. He can still bowl his leggies. He can be more attacking in his mindset. He was picked from nowhere for the Delhi Daredevils in 2018. Sandeep Lamachani was young, was turning his leg breaks. Michael Clark, I remember, was very impressed with him.
Yeah, Michael Clark was a big part of his journey. Actually brought him down initially to play grade cricket. I think that was in New South Wales, and the fastest in history to 100 ODI wickets, going past the likes of Rashid Khan. There's no doubting his ability to take wickets. Sometimes when he plays for Nepal, he almost looks for them a little bit too much. I think now as captain of the Kings, he'll know the importance of his 4 overs, but it's rare you see a 0 next to his name in his bowling figures.
That's because of a reason, I think. He hasn't bowled his stock ball enough today. I'm seeing him after a long time. I was with him in Delhi when he was at the Daredevils.
It's a very elegant stroke down the ground. There's something about left-handers, isn't there? And Milantha is maybe going to be trumping Martin Guptill's 50 the way he's going. You get great reward down the ground here at the TU. That's where you want to hit.
Now that was a beautiful shot. Great use of the feet. Good balance. Lovely high elbow. Everything right about it. The placement included. Got good reward. 48 of 37. This has been some innings.
Now, can he get back for two? He's got one. He wants the second. And despite the fumble, he's actually slipped himself at the long striker's end. He'll have to wait to get to that landmark. 11 bowled, 87 for two.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Being up in the land of the gods, we're here for the festival of the Himalayas. There's a joy, there's an innocence, there's a beauty to this land. Very much my second home now. It's really in many ways become my first home. So honoured and privileged to be here alongside you, Shiram, for this inaugural MPL. Stuff of dreams.
Same here, Lenny. I'm learning so much sitting beside you. Learning so much about Nepal. What a journeyman you've been. 300 days on the road.
That'll be 50. The second of this inaugural season of the MPL. He's done it in real style, hasn't he? Pretty much impeccable. Maybe slightly cagey at the start, but he gets there and gets a great ovation from the crowd. Lahiru Milantha, 50 to your name off just 39 balls.
Been good both the front and back foot. Some of the pull shots standing out. But then he's been good against spin as well. Hit them both of the back foot. Used his feet really well. Reminds me a little bit of Shimron Hetmeyer. Got that little bit of a body language of Hetmeyer, but he's been a terrific innings. 50 of 39 balls.
People will look at him and say, hold on, how is he not in the American national side? You look at the quality. Prabhu Dassanayake likes you as a player. I can tell you something, you're a very, very good one. And he's seen something in Milantha. Remember, not just through Major League Cricket in the USA, but also minor league cricket where he plays his domestic stuff. It's been a fine knock. Thacker's just played the supporting role, hasn't had to do any more. And at this stage of the season, you're not thinking about net run rate, you're just thinking about opening with a win.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to work on that net run rate if they get a little bit closer, but at this stage, they'll take the win at any cost. 13 of 22 for Thacker has just been possible because Milantha at the other end has gone berserk. 50 of 39, a partnership 74 of 61 has made this task a little bit easier. They can just hold their nerve.
Helped around the corner. That's going to be four more. He's making it look easy. Mukia, you can see what he's trying to do. Maybe bowl a cutter, change the pace. Surprised him a little. This is looking like it's going only one direction now. The bolt's imperious.
Hasn't been the most disciplined bowling performance from the Kings, and shots like this will definitely help the net run rate. Slower ball into the wicket is a character, Milantha. 21 extras in this innings, not helping their cause at all.
Four more. Well, this is only going one direction now. The way Milantha's going, even though Mukia's got his trademark smile on, it's another Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G, and he's hit plenty of them. 8 altogether now in his innings, 10 boundaries in total, all going to Milantha.
A good head position. His head was in good position. That's why he made contact. He was looking for the Yorker, looking for the wicket. But Milanta's got back-to-back boundaries. Yeah, 82 partnership. And they ever so quickly racing to the target. Milanta bats another 4 overs. It's all game done.
Can't remember an innings where the one batter has hit every boundary for his team. 10 altogether. They've all gone to the southpaw. 8 4s, 2 6s. The thing that's impressed me is his control has been very marked. He's animated, yes. I love the Shimron Hetmeyer comparison. Definite shades. Even the mannerisms are somewhat similar. From Sri Lanka, living in USA, doing it here in Nepal. Doing it in some style. He moves to 59. The Bolts, 98 for 2.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Well, almost everything that Pupadu Dasanayake would have been thinking about last night. Getting his pre-game plans into place, a ground he knows so well. Win the toss, have a bowl, squeeze them in the middle overs with an impressive spin attack, a much varied spin attack. Almost the dream full deck, if you will. And then knock it off. You're doing everything that Pupadu Dasanayake wants.
They structured their 20 overs so well. They opened with left arm spin and then squeezed through the 2 sort of wrist spinners that they had in their squad. Harsh Thakur was a very good addition. And then they closed out with pace. So there was a definite plan or a structure to their 20 overs. Sandeep Ramachandran, I'd like to see a couple of wickets for him today. Poster boy of Nepal cricket. So much riding on his shoulders.
I want to touch on one thing there in the crowd. This one's swept around the corner. Is protection out there, but can't cut it off. Gets a hand on it, but merely just paddles it over the rope. Daniel Carell out there, who bizarrely we haven't seen bowl yet. He's a fine left-arm spinner. That's not going to help his confidence. He misfields.
First boundary for Harsh Thakur. It's taken him a while, 23 balls, but that's a good strike. Hit in the gap, not the best piece of fielding from Carell. But Lamichane, nothing's going his way. Good delivery, I like that leg break. It's enough for the spinner. You can put revs on the ball and hit a good area. Someone of Lamichane's quality should be able to extract more out of the surface.
The body language all of a sudden definitely going downhill for the Kings, understandably. Just 25 required to win. T20 terms, this is turning into a bit of a hammering, a shallacking, if you will. Just wonder why hasn't Daniel Carell bowled, given how well the left-arm spinners went in that first innings. All of a sudden the Bolts are within touching distance.
Always good to start off with a win. These tournaments come thick and fast. The games come thick and fast. You know, momentum is very crucial.
Yeah, and I actually love the 8-team format because it's a single round robin. Every side plays 7 games, but then it's the top 4 that get to the playoffs, to the key stages. Good thing about that is that there's also better reward. It's the IPL style playoffs ending. If you finish first or second, you get 2 chances to get to that grand final if you need them. Into the top 4, you've got a chance. Get into the top 2, you have a real chance of being here at this ground on the 21st of December for the grand final. 106 for 2.
सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्रस लिएको छु जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ।
त्यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ।
डिस्कोमा खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै हरेक खेल हेरिन्छ साथी होस् या एक्लै।
डिश होम खुशीको कनेक्सन।
What a good partnership this has been. Can't remember many chances, if any. They've just gone about their business in a very unfussed way.
Dominated mainly by Milanta. Tucker has taken his time. If not for Milanta, Tucker would have been under pressure to make a move himself. But the fact that Milanta's got 61 of 45 means that Tucker could have played the 19 of 26. And we still talk about it in this partnership of 91 of 71. Here's Karel. He's got his chance.
Anil Karel is a hugely talented young left-arm spinner. The challenge for any left-arm spinner in Nepal. Also haven't seen Bashir Ahmed bowl yet. Another left-arm spinner. There is such a pedigree and a quality of left-arm spin dating back to Shakti Gauchan, to Basanta Regmi, the legends of the previous era, the Paris Kadka, the Gyanendra Malla era. So hard to get into the team, to get past Sagar Dakal, Lalit Rajbanshi. I rate Anil Karel particularly very, very highly. Talking to Kevin O'Brien last night as well, he was saying he's been so impressed by the quality of spin bowling.
No doubt about it. Bangladesh is another country I worked with that's got a plethora of left-arm spin. Just keep churning them up, 1 out of 1, from nowhere. Yeah, young Anil Karel. Nice little action. Revs on the ball.
This could be a chance, not quite going to carry. Nicholas Curtin in the key position. He's, well, as good a fielder as we'll see in the competition alongside the likes of Tapendra Singh Airi, who's going to light it up for the Sudar Pashim Royals. Wait till you see him field. I know everyone's talking about that Kiwi Glenn Phillips catch the other day. Airi's right up there, nearly as good as him.
Good little 4 balls from Karel. 19 required of 38 balls.
Powered into the leg side, going to be at least a couple. Mukia does pretty well in the end. Martin Guptill helps him out. I know he hasn't picked up a wicket yet, but he's already showing that little bit more control than maybe we've seen from some of the other bowlers for the Kings.
It would have been a good foil for Lamichhane to bowl through from the other end. 96-run partnership. Milanta 64, Tucker 21. The extras have helped, definitely.
Goes downtown and smashes into the roof right in front of our commentary position. Well, that's a Siddhartha Bank 6 if I've ever seen one. 14 bowled, 117 for 2.
Himsta for a complete home.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Nagpur bowls, what a partnership this. 102 and 77. That equation now very much in their grasp. 11 and 36. Now this has been an authoritative performance here by the Janakpur bowls in match number 1 in the inaugural edition. That's again losing his radar. They've just not got things right this afternoon.
Extras, 22 of them. That's a bit too much. 14 wides, 8 leg byes, not helping their cause when you're defending a low score. You need to be far more disciplined than that. Just 10 required from 36 balls. Biratnagar Kings, it's a heavy defeat for them. It will be a hard one to bounce back from.
Cut away, straight to the fielder. This goes to show the manner in which Janakpur bowls have played their cricket this afternoon. Firstly, restricting the opposition to 127 and now getting home in a canter. They've made little work of this target. 10 in 35, 8 wickets in hand. This is authoritative stuff.
This is a solid hammering that the Janakpur bowls are giving the Biratnagar Kings. What a knock from Milanta. And now it is Thakur's turn. Good piece of fielding at deep third man. It's a couple, but it was a good shot. Thakur's taken his time. He's just got 23 of 30 balls, but a very good hand in this partnership. Nicholas Kitton, the fielder, at third man. Short and wide, hit it up and over point. But Kitton was good, moved around, good commitment. Saved a couple of runs, just delaying the inevitable.
Just like the way Thakur has grown as a batter in this innings. He's played second fiddle, but he's not thrown it away. He's put a price on his wicket. This one's got even harder. Only get a single. Runs have come in very easy, Ashri.
Good all-rounder Thakur, bowled handy off-spin, getting 3 wickets. He's played a good hand in this partnership of 106. Yeah, Chris Soul, we all know how quick he can bowl. It's a great turnout today. The families are here. It's great enjoyment.
Oh yes, it's an incredible vibe and atmosphere over here, and the decibels as well. Look at that for a shot. In complete control. What a way to pull that in front of square. Lahiru Milanta has been the flavour this afternoon, and he's just batted with great conviction in the middle.
What a shot of authority. That's the final nail in the coffin as far as Biratnagar Kings are concerned. The premier bowler who can clock 150 has just been dismissed. What a shot. He stands there and admires. He's a character, Milanta. He's very animated, and he enjoyed that one, Mikhail. Right to the middle of the bat, right in the gap, bisected the 2 fielders.
And so did we, Sri. What a hit. How quickly he picked up the length. So important a batter carries his bat till the very end in a chase like this. What a start here for Janakpur bowls.
Terrific start. Even without them having to do anything about that net run rate, the net run rate will go soaring high. 5 overs to spare after this. There's just 1 shot away from what can be a thumping win in the opening game of the inaugural Nepal Premier League. Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ensal.
He's tried that one too many times here. Missing out, but 8 runs coming off this over. And Janakpur bowls need only 3 runs of the 30 deliveries. 125 for 2.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौ
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Come to the land of unparalleled beauty, Nepal. It's a treasure trove of natural wonders, rich cultural heritage and warm hospitality as well. I must admit, Nepal's warm and welcoming people with their infectious smiles and generous hospitality makes visitors feel like honored guests in their homes. As we are into the final few moments of this game, as Nicholas Curtin comes on to bowl the 16th over. 3 needed of 30. Thakur on strike. It's all gone one way today, and that's Janakpur bowls' way. Biratnagar Kings will have a lot to introspect and reflect upon when they come back for that second game of theirs. But what a start we've had to the inaugural edition of the NPL.
It on with his friendly off spin. Ashtaka, Canada teammate, is Canada captain. Just 2 required of 29. No more fitting than Milanta scoring the winning runs. He's played a gem of an innings here. 74 of 52. He's just carried his bat right through.
That's high up in the air. That'll land safe. They've only got a single at the moment, and they'll have to settle for one. Poor running over here. For a brief moment, Milanta thought that was crossing the ropes, and that victory moment will be delayed by a couple of deliveries.
Easily been 2. High, handsome, no one that deep mid-wicket area. Milanta thought that's running away for 4, but good piece of commitment from the fielder at the long on boundary. Mukia by the looks of it.
Right, slip in place. There it is. Janakpur bowls finish off in emphatic style, register the first ever win in NPL history, and what a commanding effort it's been. An 8-wicket victory. Cheers in the dugout, raptures in the crowd as the bowls secure 2 points by going past the Biratnagar Kings, winning by 8 wickets and 26 balls to spare. This is a strong win and a cohesive and comprehensive one.
Making a statement early in the tournament. There will be a team to watch out for, a team to beat. They've got all bases covered. Got a good seam attack. They've got some good spinners, good variety of spinners, and the batting has come to the fore. Milanta, what a player, 75 of 53. It's been the mainstay. Fans enjoying this win. 116-run partnership in just 87 balls. And Thakur got the winning runs. Down the ground, powerful strike. Friendly half volley from Nicholas Keaton with the mid-on inside. Easy pickings for somebody like Harsh Thakur. Milanta and the crowd enjoying this first win. It's a very historic moment. The first ever edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League powered by Ncell. Got a terrific turnout here, and they witnessed some very, very good cricket.
Fair to say that Anil Kumar Saab, the captain of Janakpur Bowls, got everything right from the toss. Biratnagar Kings there, as the players exchange pleasantries and handshakes. The Janakpur Bowls prevail, register their first points, become the first team ever in NPL history to secure the first ever win. And they've set the tone as well. An 8-wicket victory. And these two gentlemen, certainly the architects in the chase, Lahiru Milanta and Harsh Thakur, a partnership of an unbeaten, unconquered 116, taking the team home. Elation, euphoria, and quite understandably as well, the crowd to have enjoyed their cricket. We're coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium here in Kirtipur. And what a start we've had to this competition.
A terrific batting card. They lost 2 early wickets, Anil Kumar Shah and Asif Sheikh. But nothing, no joy after that for the Kings. Lahiru Milanta, 75 of 53, controlled the innings with supreme balance. And Harsh Thakur played perfect foil with a 29 not out of 33 balls. And they romped home in just 15.3 overs with more than 4 overs to spare. Yeah, match-defining partnership, 116 of 87 balls. And that was the difference between the two sides. When the Kings batted, they were not able to put up any partnerships of note. But this one, a 116-run partnership, just buried the Kings with a tremendous batting performance from both Thakur and Milanta.
Biratnagar Kings tried everything and anything at their disposal. As many as 7 bowlers used, but just 2 bowlers finding success, and that too very early in their spell. Pratish GC, 1 for 14, was the pick of the bowlers, but he bowled only 2. Chris Soul started off things by getting the early wicket of Asif Sheikh, but that was the only success they tasted. The rest all went for runs, particularly Anil Kharel going for 11, and Akib Ilyas, Sandeep Lamichhane too going wicketless. Just once again summing up the manner in which Janakpur bowls played their cricket today. They called the shots, they got the wickets, and they got the runs as well in their bag. 22 extras as well for Biratnagar Kings, something they'll want to improve upon. It was a wayward first over. It's been a grand start, grand opening here in the Siddhartha Bank NPL.
Biratnagar Kings flattered to deceive with the bat, just 127, bowled out. Janakpur bowls chasing it down pretty easily in 15.3 overs. Milanta 75 not out, Harsh Thakur 29 not out, stole the show with that 116-run partnership, and they put to rest any doubts that Biratnagar Kings would have had to win this game after getting bowled out for 127.
In hot pursuit of 128, Janakpur bowls came out with purpose and intent in the middle. And it was Biratnagar Kings who struck very early, courtesy Soul. Nevertheless,